Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived
and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You'll know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived
and what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
For over 60 years, Heirloom has been creating award-winning kitchens carefully executed by our in-house team of designers and remodelers. With a renewed focus on spending quality time at home, Heirloom has created its most affordable kitchen transformation program yet. Introducing the Revive Kitchen. Imagine custom-made cabinetry, quartz countertops with a waterfall-wrapped island, soft closed drawers featuring walnut interiors, even an invisible phone charging station in multiple colors, styles, and configurations designed to fit almost any home. Over 14 upgrades in all. Call the number on your screen to set up a free design consultation, which includes 3D color renderings of your project. This limited-time introductory offer can be yours for as little as $4.99 a month with zero money down or zero interest and installed in as little as 3 weeks. The Revive Kitchen, with all the luxury and experience Heirloom is known for.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff of my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com. The NBA, a post-Bulls Jordan league that lacked an overall depth and talent, yet was the last premier era of the NBA big man. You had established superstars such as Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Webber, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Alonzo Mourning. You had the up-and-comers such as Kenyon Martin, Marcus Camby, Ben Wallace, Dirk Nowitzki, Pau Gasol, Tyson Chandler, and Elton Brand. You even had the veteran Hall of Famers on their last leg, such as Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Karl Malone, and Dikembe Mutombo. Truly a golden era of big man in every phrase of the word. And the big man we'll be focused on today would likely fit in the early 2000s up-and-comer bracket, Jermaine O'Neal. Drafted 17th overall straight out of high school in the historic 1996 NBA draft class that featured Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen, and Steve Nash. O'Neal became the youngest player to ever play in an NBA game at that time. His career lasted 17 seasons, playing for the Trailblazers, Pacers, Raptors, Heat, Celtics, Suns, and Warriors. After joining the Pacers for the 2000-2001 season, O'Neal's career hit an apex that lasted from the 2001-2002 season to the 06-07 campaign. This stretch included 6 straight All-Star appearances, 3 straight All-NBA teams from 2002 to 2004, he was second team in 2004, and a conference finals appearance in 2004. In an era stuffed with centers and power forwards, who ranged from high-quality starters to Hall of Famers, O'Neal was regarded as one of the best in the league during that time. As impressive as he was during his peak, was it enough for him to be considered for the Basketball Hall of Fame? As good as he was as a Pacer, the rest of his career was average at best and arrestable at worst, pun intended. He started in Portland for the 1996-97 season, where he played the next 4 seasons. These Portland teams made the playoffs each season he was there, and even made the conference finals back-to-back years in 99 and 2000. In 2000, they took the Lakers to 7 games, losing 89-84 in the historic game that featured the iconic Kobe to Shaq alley-oop in the closing minutes of the game. By the way, Portland was up by more than 10 points in the game. It was a very successful run for Portland, a run that O'Neal had little to nothing to do with. During his time with the Trailblazers, O'Neal never averaged over 13.5 minutes per game. His most impactful season came in 1998, where he averaged 4.5 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 1 block per game. As underwhelming as O'Neal's career was when he was with Portland, it's hard to place a ton of blame on him for his struggles. In a time where selecting a high school player was still considered a taboo move, he was a teenager playing with grown men. The center and forward positions were especially stacked for Portland, in a roster that featured Arvydas Sabonis, Rasheed Wallace, Scottie Pippen, Detlef Schrempf, and Brian Grant. Unless they're an instant generational talent, it's extremely hard for a young prospect to get playing time for an NBA team contending for a title. You even see this in today's NBA, with the Golden State Warriors still trying to figure out how to fit their younger prospects into the rotation. Hard to hold Jermaine's first 4 seasons against him. After the Pacers went into a mini rebuild parting ways with veterans Mark Jackson, Rick Smits, Chris Mullin, and head coach Larry Bird, they traded for O'Neal in 2000. He was put into their starting unit and instantly made huge strides, posting career highs in every major statistical category other than field goal percentage, which makes sense because he went from taking 3 to 4 shots per game to 10 plus. He would average 12.8 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 2.8 blocks for the 2000-2001 season. His next 6 seasons would be what defined his stardom, as he would team up with future Hall of Famer Reggie Miller and future Defensive Player of the Year Ron Artest. But with an aging Reggie Miller and the unpredictable personality that was Ron Artest, O'Neal ultimately became the best player and most valuable player for the Pacers during this time. He averaged 20.4 points, 9.9 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and 2.4 blocks per game, shooting 45.9% from the field between 2001 to 2007. He also had 39.3 win shares, 25.7 defensive, 13.6 offensive, a plus-minus of 1.7, 1.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter. You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter. You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
You are a seasoned loan originator. You've been around the block and have the portfolio to prove it. You should work here. You expect to be compensated fairly. You've earned the freedom to do what you're good at and the support that makes it possible. You should work here. You're a builder of relationships, a cultivator of trust, a deliverer of dreams. You should work here. You are a team player, a culture enhancer, and on most days, a smile provider. You should work here.
We are Wintrust Mortgage,
one of Chicago's top workplaces
for the past 7 years in a row.
And in case we haven't made it clear,
we want you to work here.
There are only two kinds of people in this world. Those who get committed and those who don't.
Before you find yourself in a housing standoff, get committed. Visit our website to learn more.
This is Emily Lazadovich with Sports Broadcast Solutions, the broadcasting network for everyone. Today we're here with senior Elijah Romius. Now, Elijah, This is Emily Lazadovich with Sports Broadcast Solutions, the broadcasting network for everyone. Today we're here with senior Elijah Romius. Now, Elijah, last week, Coach Battaglia said that offensively, you guys were your own biggest threat. You guys have slow starts. Kind of talk to me about what you guys have worked in offensively this week to kind of prepare yourself to take action right away.
Yeah, so with that, what he was talking about is kind of like with our confidence level. So we were kind of killing ourselves with our confidence, not executing the way that we want to. So the way we worked on that in practice is confidence all practice, really celebrating after doing well, and then just coming out fast. Like you said, last week we came out slow, so now we're focused on coming out fast, especially against a team like Mount Carmel.
Now, obviously, Mount Carmel currently undefeated last year, undefeated as well in the regular season. This is a huge game for you guys mentally. Talk to me about what Coach Battaglia was talking to you guys about before the game as well as throughout this week, kind of mentally preparing yourself for arguably probably the hardest team that you'll face this season.
Right, so yeah, we just been preparing like it's just another game. They're just like us. They're seniors. They're players just like us, practicing every day, getting ready just like we do. So we're coming out. We're not going to come out afraid. We know that we just got to come out confident and just play like it's another game. There's no reason to be afraid. So just come out fast.
Absolutely. You guys have been dominant defensively this year. Again, having such a strong offense that you guys are going against. Talk me through what you guys are talking about defensively and kind of your strategy. If you guys are changing anything up, they're a team that on average right now is scoring about 35 points a game. So talk to me about how you guys are going to shut them down when they progress the ball really quickly.
Yeah, so with that, we've been working on tackling all week. So just definitely getting those tackles and not missing tackles, because that was a problem we had last week a little bit. So yeah, just stopping the long ball and stopping the quarterback from moving, because he's a quarterback that likes to move a lot, and they've got a really good running back. So just stopping them at the line there, and yeah, if we tackle, I think we'll be able to contain him.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Elijah. This has been Emily Lazadovich with the pregame show for Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You'll know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another production of Sports Broadcast Solutions. Kyle Smith alongside Bob Bilsaway. It's 7:26 p.m., which means it's about some time for some old school high school Chicago Catholic football. Mount Carmel, the visitors, taking on the Fenwick Friars, but they're clearly the heavy favorite in this one, Bob. They haven't lost since 2021.
Yeah, haven't lost since 2021. Boy, what a key word there. They're 6-0 this year. Fenwick's 4-2 this year, and Caravan is just steamrolling teams this year as usual, right?
They're beating all the powerhouses, including a very close 37-33 victory over East St. Louis to start off the year. Jack Elliott leading the way at quarterback for the Caravan.
Well, and so if you're Fenwick, you don't want to give up on this game, but what you want to do is decide what do you want to get out of this game. First, can you win it? The way to win it, you got to keep the ball in your hands, and you got to go for it on fourth down whenever you get a chance, because every time you give up the ball, Mount Carmel has a chance to go whatever it takes, 50 yards, 80 yards, all the way downfield. So you got to hold the ball and score every time if you can.
Any chance for Fenwick tonight? I think it's going to be a blowout win for Mount Carmel.
Well, originally when I started looking up this game and who was going to win by how much and everything, I predicted a 35-21 score. That was my original prediction. And then I kept reading, then I kept analyzing, and then I kept deciding this is going to be a little bit more lopsided, I think, than 35-21. But I think for the sake of argument, I'm going to stay with the 35-21 final score, which says Fenwick shows up pretty well here.
If you're Fenwick, how do you come back? A devastating loss last week. They could have gone to 5-1. Now they're 4-2. You lose tonight. There's no bad thing in losing to Mount Carmel, but you would have been 5-1 coming tonight. A loss would make you 4-2. Now you're hurting. If you lose tonight, you'd be 4-3. You got to have at least 5 victories to get into the postseason.
Yeah, so it's never good to lose a close one like that. At the same time, sometimes you learn from it, right? You either lose or either win or you learn from the loss. And so hopefully what they're going to learn last week is they can't do that, right? And I think what Fenwick is saying earlier in the stories we've been reading is, and of course we were there live, it took them until the fourth quarter, like earlier in the season, to get their offense going. Then 2 weeks later, took them to the the second quarter before they got their offense going. Well, here they're not going to be able to wait any time before they're going to have to get their offense going. Now Fenwick likes to make on fourth down, so we kind of tease it's a little bit of video game football, but I kind of like that strategy here against Mount Carmel. Thing is, on fourth down, if they don't make it, they're giving up a short field to a very good team. But I think punting the ball and keeping Mount Carmel further away from the goal, you still lose just maybe by fewer points. So I think you got to keep the ball, score every time, they score every time, and then at the end, hopefully you have the ball one last time.
Tough loss last week. How do you come back losing to a team that was 1-4 coming into that matchup in Nazareth Academy?
Yeah, well, what you can do is you know what didn't work, and so you have to do something different. So if it means you got a senior at left tackle or something, now you got to put the other player there, junior at left tackle, and you kind of got to go that route. What didn't work, fix that, change that. Maybe you got to make a real cool fake play here or there to try to get some element of surprise, and you just have to go back, figure out what didn't work, articulate what didn't work, and then be able to articulate the new plans for the team and hope that your high school players are mature enough to be able to implement that articulated plan.
So we're going to take a break. You are watching and listening to Mount Carmel taking on Fenwick here on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Before we celebrated this special night, before we fell in love with our home all over again, we searched for a company to handle our entire remodel, from architecture and material selection to permits and complete construction with impeccable design. We found Heirloom.
Visit the Heirloom Design Build Center in Lincolnwood to explore your home's potential. Heirloom,
Architects, builders, remodelers. Your project begins at heirloom.com.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
Gracious God, as we come together this evening for this contest, just going to bless these.
Do you have that?
Lord, keep them safe.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. I don't know what the hell Joe's doing. Well, I don't think he's resizing it.
Well, that might be so he thinks that's in the middle. Yeah.
Resize.
Say it how? High mask and
Preview screen, hit video capture, resize. Do you have it? No. I got to live with it. Can you get here, Bob? Give her some room.
Now, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem performed by the Fenwick Band.
Click. And then start at the bottom right corner and resize. Click video capture and source.
I got it.
You got to dumb it down for this guy.
They're doing it.
There we go. They're almost there. It's like I'm talking to an 8-year-old.
Yeah, but maybe they'll get it done though.
Almost. Well, I'll live with that.
Oh, I don't think they're done yet. Nope, still doesn't look
I
good.
don't know what the hell they're doing.
Don't we have like a 30-second lag behind them? And are we on the air?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
yeah. They're picking up our mic. Well, they're picking up the video capture device.
Oh, that's okay.
It's fine. All right, you wanted.
Oh, there. Better.
No, it's worse now. What the hell is he doing?
That's actually better. Oh, he's still working on it.
I don't know what the hell Chris is doing. I don't. All right, I'm done dealing with that. Let's focus on our game.
Oh boy. Can't wait to watch that one later.
Sorry.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
That's cool. Tilt down a little bit.
Black.
All right, I'm going to turn him off. All right, we're back. Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsaway. We do apologize. We had the video capture device on, which picks up the natural sound of the audience in front of us as well as people in the booth. So if somebody accidentally pulls off some curse words, we might pick that up, but not as much now that we got the headsets plugged in. Well, but anyways, Bob, it's a fun game tonight. Mount Carmel 6-0 facing off against 4-2 Fenwick.
And it is a good game tonight to see, but the weather is chilly, although perfect for football weather, right? We've been used to really some warm games recently, so it's the first semi-chilly game of the year. I'm actually in my leather jacket. Emily is over there in her, oh wait, where'd your little blanket go? Oh, it's on there, there it is, okay. She's wearing it on her lap, so. Got Chris on videography. He's got a brand new device on his tripod, which allows him to get all the way into the corners. So he likes his new toys over there.
It's a tall task for Fenwick tonight, but you know what? Mount Carmel has lost in the past. They're not the Pleasantville Lions basketball team that was undefeated until Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon came to town. If you've never seen the movie Pleasantville, you've got to see it. Fantastic movie. Second of all, you can beat this team, but it's a tall task. By the way, they're coached by Jordan Lynch, who was a Heisman finalist in the NCAA.
Well, as a coach myself, there's always a lot. Well, you feel like there's always a lot combination that you can figure out to beat a team. The problem is how many times you got to try it and how many times you bang your head against the wall and not get there from here. But don't sell Fenwick short. They are a good team. They have a good defense. They have a good quarterback, right. And they may be able to make it close to the point where maybe there's a flag at the wrong time and an interception or a Justin Fields dropped fumble, and all of a sudden you get a pick up for 6 points that way. So we'll see. Right now I'm standing by my prediction of 35 to 21. It's not doom and gloom here, but they got to play the game.
I think it's going to be 35 Mount Carmel, 7 Fenwick. I just don't see Merrick Hill in this offense able to go toe for toe with Jack Elliott and the Mount Carmel Caravan, even though they're at home. But really, they're not really at home. It's a neutral site. That also factors in as an advantage for Mount Carmel.
Well, yeah, except Fenwick always plays here, right? So, I mean, it is their home field, even though it's not at their school.
Right, but they usually practice at Fenwick.
It does make a difference there. And, of course, in front of their home crowd and the fans and everything. And we've got a pretty loud band not too far away from us.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Fenwick, nice little formation. 1 fake, 2 fake. Ball loose on the turf, but there's more Caravan around it than Friars, and I don't like that decision, Bob, one bit. Now you give Jack Elliott a lot of confidence. Ball near midfield on that onside kick.
Well, we were talking about that earlier, and I'm not sure if it matters if Mount Carmel has to go 50 yards or 80 yards. So what they were trying to do here was get a situation where they have one more possession than Mount Carmel. So I don't know that was such a bad idea, but there is a flag on the field. I'm not sure what that call is.
It's on the Friars. They were offside. And that'll give them – actually, no, it was they were offside, but Mount Carmel's going to decline it because sometimes you re-kick that. Mount Carmel definitely doesn't want to re-kick. So, oh, no, they are going to accept it. It was a late accept. And it was personal
like
foul.
Major,
I apologize.
right.
It was personal foul,
that was not a 5-yard penalty. It was a 15. So
personal foul.
So Mount Carmel with the ball at the 40-something yard line here. So a really short field. And that's why you didn't like the call.
Good pass out to the right. I like it. Get your quarterback some confidence, a quick pass, help out your wide receiver. Nothing like a quick pitch and catch to get the offense going.
Well, that's just it. You're not trying to bomb it on the first ball, right? You're just trying to get your arm warmed up, make a completion, move the yardage marker, move the chains one at a time, get first downs, and score.
One in the backfield, 4 wide receiver set for the Caravan. That's on the wide receiver, partner, but not the greatest throw by Elliott either.
Well, I mean, you can't fault him too much. Maybe not, but it did hit him in the hands, didn't catch it. I think he was thinking about running before he caught the ball. He only needed 2 or 3 yards, probably thought he was going to get hit.
Intended target was Daniel Taylor Jr. He's both a tight end and a D-line. Plays a little receiver as well. He's 6'2", 230-pound junior.
The Fenwick front line, just three players. You would think Mount Carmel could just run it some more. There they go.
Handoff up the middle, clean hole, and he's still on his feet.
And all the way
Darian Dupree is going to take it to the house, breaks off a tackle, touchdown Caravan. Here we go again.
Again?
Well, for the
play.
fans of the Caravan,
Sure.
It looks like another onslaught coming up.
Well, it does look like that. On the third play from scrimmage and on the first running play, ran through that 3-person front line, broke some tackles, and went in.
Look, Darian Dupree, he's a D1 recruit, but that's awful tackling by the Friars. You got to get lower and wrap up.
Well, and you have to wrap him up. You can't hit him. You know, you have a hit from the left, hit from the right. They balance each other out. He just keeps his feet churning and goes forward. You got to wrap him.
Yeah. Arm tackles on a D1 recruit like Darian Dupree Jr. is not going to cut it.
Well, arm tackles does work, but they didn't have arms on them.
Well, I'm talking about you got to wrap at the knees when you just try to, do a little arm tackle at the waist. It's harder to tackle a guy that's great in the open space like Dupree.
An arm bar across the waist isn't going to get it done, right? But I think they had to wrap him up and literally wrap him up. But now, like we said, a short field didn't matter there if it was a 40-yard run or an 80-yard run. He got back behind the defense, and nobody was going to catch him.
Do you like the onside kick? I didn't like it one bit.
Well, I feel like it gave you a chance to get the ball. They didn't get the ball, but like I said, it didn't matter where you gave the ball away to Mount Carmel, so it turned out to be a touchdown anyway. So you had a chance for it, but you didn't. Now, I bet you they don't try it again. I think that was their gimmicky play for the day.
Now, will the Caravan try an onside kick? Most likely not.
No, they'll boot it deep. And they are with the wind. We were down on the field earlier for the pregame interview, and we could easily tell which way the wind was blowing. So they're with the wind. This will probably be a pretty solid deep kick. That would be my bet.
An advantage for the Friars. There is not a place kicker listed on – nope, I lied. Louis Cheppetto is listed as PK number 20.
And that is indeed who's kicking.
But I do not see a punter listed, so that might be an advantage for the Friars. Deep in their own territory, taken at the 5-yard line.
Isn't this when you say Mount Carmel, punter? They don't need no stinking punter.
Right.
All right, so Fenwick with the ball now to start out for the first time. So right now, I like to view it this way. Even though they're down 7 points, the reality is they're down 1 score. They're a long way from that 1 score, though.
So 11:33 on the clock. 7-0 in favor of the Mount Carmel Caravan. 1st and 10 at Fenwick's own 13. Let's see what Merrick Hill and the Friar offense can do on this very tough and stingy Caravan defense.
Well, we do like Merrick Hill.
Out to the right, so similar game plan for both teams. The Caravan run the zone read, spread offense for the Fenwick Friars, and quick pitch and catch, but didn't get much on it.
So similar game plan. So the next pass will be to the tight end off to the left, and it'll be out of his reach, and it'll be dropped. And then the next play can be a whole, a 90-yard touchdown run.
I don't know what the hell just happened. Yeah, something happened.
There's the equivalent of the dropped pass. Instead, just threw it out of bounds. So 3rd down and, about 6 yards to go? Now this is the run for the touchdown since they've got the similar game plan.
3rd and 6 for the Friars. Ball placed at the 15. What do you want to run here? Probably a little button hook, I would assume.
I would launch it. I would throw it deep. I would. You want to loosen up the defense. You want them to be afraid of a long pass later. And, of course, like I've said before, I don't really like these button hooks where you go to the first down marker and just turn around. I like it when you're throwing on the move so you can lead the receiver and keep getting more yards after the catch. Like this.
Wide open. Nice pass. as Merrick Hill on the completion of Raphael Stewart. 1st and 10 coming up. Good separation. Good way to keep the chains moving.
And I like it that they're going with no huddle, keeping the same defensive players in.
Dangerous pass. That could have been picked off. There was 3 Caravan around it.
Yeah,
only 1 in Bajorson.
Right. I felt like there were more defenders than offensive players on that one. I think it would have been a good thing to fake it, look the other way, and just toss it out of bounds.
Yeah, you never want to take a sack, but a pick 6 is even worse than the sack there. If it's not there, try to go to the right. And coverage sack, you live with it, but a pick 6 would have been just dreadful for the Friars. Bajorson breaks off a tackle past the 35-yard line on the tackle by Jaden Jones.
Right. Now here again, they're 3rd and 2, so another kind of semi-crucial 3rd down. Every 3rd down is crucial, right? But in this case, if they don't make it, they're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll probably pass for it rather than run. We'll see.
Almost offside, but getting back onside. Mount Carmel's Xander Gorman.
Well, I think that was a fake blitz to make them pull, an audible out. But Fenwick is just patiently moving their players around, making the call, changing
Hill
the
in
play.
the shotgun, 1 in the backfield, 4 wide receiver set. Another dangerous pass, and it was deflected away, intended for Stewart, and 4th down coming up. They don't like to punt. They're bringing in the punt team right now, but it might be a fake.
Well, this is the good time to punt it. They're in their own zone, right? They're 2 yards from the first, but Stewart needed to come back to the ball on that one. He kind of waited for the ball to get to him, and that gave the defender time and the space to knock it down.
4th and 2, partner. Do you consider running Wildcat?
I would punt it. If you're in this formation, punt it.
Little line drive kick. And it'll take a friendly Fenwick roll, and it'll die just past the 35-yard line, so they'll mark it at the 34.5. 1st and 10 for Jack Elliott and the Caravan. They are 20-0 in their last 20 games.
I do like the Fenwick drive there. You call it a drive, right? It was only 1 first down and then 2 yards short of the second to first down. Wasn't so bad, though. It's a good start. Hill has a good arm. They were quick passes, play action there at the end. Fenwick's got, Mount Carmel's got some very, very quick defenders. Now will they stay on the ground against this 3-man Fenwick front?
Handoff. What a tackle in the open field.
The great thing about that tackle is it moves it down to like 2nd and, about 18 yards. So this is the place where you got to stop Mount Carmel. You get 2 more stops, they don't get the first down. You should expect a punt and to get the ball back, still down by a score.
Yeah, great job penetrating the pocket by Aiden Burns. 2nd and 18 at the 27.
When I visualized the run, I was thinking right up the gut, up the middle, not wide like that. But, that's what Fenwick does. With only 3 down linemen, they can chase those wide runs easier.
2 in the backfield. And in the pocket is Elliott over the middle. Oh, my goodness. How did he hang on for that one as it was caught by Darian Gillian?
All you can say there was a nice pass deep right down the middle and a great catch. I thought it was going to get defended. Fenwick had an arm in the middle of the breadbasket there, but he caught it anyway. First down. Real nice first down on 2nd and long.
1st and 10. Handoff. No, it's a fake by Elliott, and it was maybe the wrong read, Bob. It looked like if you'd handed it off, it was one-on-one the other way between the tailback and the linebacker.
My eyes usually don't get fooled on those fakes. That was some excellent ball handling there. I followed the runner right up the middle, but give Fenwick credit because the ball went wide and they did tackle him. That faked me out.
Yeah, the tackle was delivered by Timmy Mulcahy. Timmy Mulcahy, I don't know.
Mulcahy?
Probably, yeah. We didn't get a pronunciation guide before the game. 2nd and 10, screen pass. They get a couple. Ooh, that was a dangerous hit. That could have created an injury.
That was it was a solid tackle at the thighs.
Right, it's a legal hit,
yeah,
but it's just a dangerous hit because you always hate to see those Nick Chubb injuries. They're part of the game, but it does stink to watch it.
Yeah, I feel like the referee gave him an extra yard or 2 after that catch and hard tackle. But, there's forward progress, and you do get that. But
right.
So anyway, 3rd and 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3rd and 4.
Right, I'm hoping that they don't get the first down. If no other reason, I just want to see what Mount Carmel does on 4th down past midfield.
3rd and 4, ball placed at the 42. Showing blitz of the Friars. Running in motion for Mount Carmel was Jake Kazi. First and 10 for the Caravan and more.
Well, we have a flag out here, so I don't know yet where that's going to play.
Well,
I didn't see the infraction myself.
Here's the replay right now. And there's a false start on the Caravan. Surprising that the refs couldn't break that up sooner, but it was a quick jet sweep play. Still, the refs got to be a little bit better of blowing that dead right away when it's a false start.
Yeah, I didn't see a false start.
Neither did I on the replay, but break for the Friars and see what Jack Elliott and this Mount Carmel offense, 6'0", 205-pound quarterback.
6'0" sounds funny.
An even 6 foot. How do you like to phrase it?
Well, when we were playing volleyball, the team we played one time whined about them getting beat by us 5'0", and of course that was an insult to the team.
Should I say 5 foot 12 inches?
Yeah, I don't know what to say, but 6'0" doesn't sound like the insult that 5'0" is.
5 foot 13 inches -1. 3rd and 9.
We have to do algebra equations to get the right height.
the quadratic formula.
Yeah, right. Whip that one out. What's that? I don't even remember it. Can't come close. My son would know it.
They're picking up the false start flag.
Yeah, I don't get that either. But you know what? We didn't see a false start either. So.
You see, I don't like that though. Even if you blew the call, you got to stick with it.
No. You're speaking as if you're a trained and certified umpire in baseball.
If you're right next to the play and you saw a false start and then you talk it over, there wasn't a false start. But if you're closest to the play and you called it, now there are Fenwick fans that are not happy that you changed the call. It changed the complexion of the game.
Well, it's a first down now.
Right, it was 3rd and 9. Great job by Elliott on the fake. 1st and 10 for the Caravan on the QB sneak.
Well, where I'm going with that, I still don't know what happened on that play, but that wasn't 5 yards against Mount Carmel. It turned out to be 5 yards and a first down against Fenwick. It's a huge difference on the play.
Jackie Elliott, when he was asked by the Chicago Sun-Times, he said this program is very unique. They get up at 4 a.m., bloody and dirty, and winning football games. They beat East St. Louis, who was a powerhouse in their own right in 6A.
Yeah, like a powerhouse every year.
1st and 10 at the 21. Shotgun formation for the Caravan. Handoff up the middle. It's read well by Fenwick. Stuffed right at the point of attack by the Friars.
I'm amazed how stout that defensive front three is of Fenwick. They did make a good stop there. 2nd and long. Mount Carmel, these plays look more like RPO. The quarterback is taking a long time to decide whether he's going to hand that ball off or not, making the read and deciding what to do next.
Yeah, it's a zoned read offense. Very interesting because most offenses we've seen thus far, Bob, are the spread. One in motion, handoff up the middle, stopped by Nate Marshall. Many schools interested in him, including the University of Illinois.
Well, and that's the question. University of Illinois being one of them. Do they want him on defense or offense?
He can play offense, but his best position is definitely D tackle. He can play a little DN too.
That was a great stop. Again, that 3 front linemen of Fenwick getting it done again on 3rd down now.
So if you're Mount Carmel, are you aggressive or a little conservative? Help out your kicker here.
Tipped over there.
Oh, no.
That's going to be 5 yards.
Well, now you're aggressive because it's 3rd and 5. But what I was going to ask you, it's 3rd and 10. You're already up 7-0. You also maybe want to give your kicker some confidence. If you try to force one in a tight window, it might get picked off. You do a little 3-yard screen. You're 3 yards closer to the field goal post. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, but I don't kick your kicker because you want to give him confidence. And this close to the end zone, I think you go for it on 4th and almost anything.
In a tight window, possibly interception?
Well, I'm not looking to get intercepted, but I think you're in 4-down territory
so
here.
Just give it to your playmaker in space. Hopefully you can get the 10 yards. But
right, and if you're 4th and 10 or something, then you go ahead and kick. But I'm not going to give it to the kicker just to say, okay, I need to boost your confidence, make this kick.
Rolls over to the right. It was a pretty good pass. Not the greatest one, Bob, but 19 and Mount Carmel's Kevin Gardner should have had that one.
Yeah, you get that feeling it should have been had, but he did zip it in there, and it wasn't right to him, so he had to make a diving catch to go after it, and it just, misjudged it a wee bit. So 4th and 5, now we're going to see how aggressive they are. It looks like they're staying there with their offense. So
I would kick it. Or you could also do a hard count and then call the timeout if you want.
Yeah, you like that hard count. I don't think it works too often, but whatever. If you can get 5 yards one way or another to get that first down. I think it looks to me like it's almost 6 yards.
I don't hate the hard count because we just don't see a lot of 2-minute drills from high school offenses. Fakes the handoff, clean pocket, Stepping in it is Elliott. Here comes the pressure. He rolls out to the right. Coverage sack. As Elliott didn't think he was touched, the ref says you were touched.
Well,
and
that
the
was
sack is
interesting.
credited to Donnell French.
Yeah, giving up and downs, but that quarterback never did hit the ground with anything that mattered. He was not tackled, but the referee decided to blow the whistle anyway, assuming he was going to the ground. But Fenwick closed that up very, very nicely. There was no open receiver downfield, or at least not right away. Held on to the ball, tried to run, and the running lane got shut down. Nice tackle. So Fenwick with the ball, their own territory, still only down 1 score. A successful defensive stand, even after about a 60 yards worth of yardage.
Handoff over to the left. D'Elise with a nice run, and he's tackled out of bounds.
Yeah, I think, Merrick Hill never handed it off. That was a fake, and he ran left. So second down, about 5 or 6 yards. I like these short passes. The second first down that Fenwick has now in the game. Those short passes have been open. Merrick Hill does have a good, strong arm to get him there quickly. Have to be aware of the passes out to the sideline, though, that the ball has to travel a lot further, and Mount Carmel has pretty quick defenders.
1st and 10 at the 29, showing blitz of the Caravan. Handoff, stuffed by the Caravan. The 20-0 team doing their best to go to 21-0.
Well, and in this one, they're pushing second and long now, and that's not what Fenwick wants to see. But right now, if they keep getting the 5-yard gains on these quick outs or right up the middle, you hold the ball, clock runs, only down a score. This is all right for Fenwick.
They lost 16 starters last year. Returning 6 are the Caravan. Shotgun. Quarterback sneak all the way.
Oh.
And he is just drilled that time by Matthew Muha.
Yeah, so if I'm Fenwick now, they're going with no huddle, but I would look to throw this deep again. Loosen up that defense so that the short passes can be used a lot more often. Now the defenders look like they're not tight on defense.
Hill with it. Rolls outside the right, almost picked off as Dylan Conway almost had the interception. 4th and 11 at their own 28. Got a punt, and not a lot of things happening right now for the Fenwick offense. This has happened to them, though, in this season, Bob. Even that dominating win over Notre Dame College Prep, they were stuffed for their first 3 drives, and after that they got it going. But against the Caravan, you got to start good, not finish good.
Well, yes, absolutely true. And at the same time, though, I think the magic of Fenwick is their ability to adjust. So they see what the defenses are throwing at them, and they make changes. They see what the other offensive team does, and then they make changes. You know, their touchdown was a run up the middle. They stopped the next 3 runs at the line of scrimmage up the middle. Good adjustments there.
One hopper and decides not to go after it. Mount Carmel's Jackson Barons, and Fenwick will pick it up at the 34-yard line with under 4 minutes to go.
Almost exactly at the same location that Mount Carmel started their last drive, 65 yards away. So Fenwick proves they can stop them. So they got to stop them again just to keep this game within 1 score. Either that or, like I said, pick up one of those Justin Fields fumbles and run it back.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Caravan. A little bit cold tonight, but the wind has died down, so you don't need the gloves right now.
Yeah, but it's really, really perfect football weather. A little bit chilly. You run around to stay warm.
Right up the middle. Still on his feet.
Ankle tackle got him.
Darian Dupree, great running back partner, but let's give credit to this offensive line for the Caravan. I could run through those holes right now.
Well, you wouldn't have dragged the defender, though, after you got them by the ankle.
Hey, you haven't seen what I can squat. 1st and 10 at the 45. Showing blitz of the Friars. Right off the left guard by Dupree. Gets a couple of yards.
Yeah, again, a good defensive stop. Second and, well, not exactly long, but when you don't get a whole lot of yardage on the first down, it
second
makes
and
it tougher.
manageable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you had Jamarcus Russell, no down was manageable for him throwing the ball. 2nd and 7. Elliott, he runs the zone read very impressively, partner. Reminds me of when Jake Petro for Ignatius ran the triple option.
Well, you are talking about 20 wins in a row here. There it goes.
Right
Look
off
out.
the right guard. What a move by Dupree. Look, this offensive line is creating holes for them, but when he gets to that second level, he's hard to bring down.
Well, that's the thing. I have mixed feelings on this Fenwick front line. They're fantastic, these front three, but I feel like you need more in the middle to stop this kind of attack up the middle. But they've done actually a pretty good job except for that one play. Of course, you can't go around saying except for, but they have done a great job stopping the run except for that one touchdown run that Mount Carmel had early.
It's just jumping over defenders. Dupree, he's fantastic.
He's trying to make the highlight film.
First and 10 of the 39. Fakes the handoff, clean pocket. Now, did he fall down in his own accord? The ref says no.
Yeah, see, I think that was a late flag. B, talked into by that referee being right in front of the bench, right? I felt like he fell down on his own. We have the replay here, but we don't know if he's going to be in the screen.
Right, yeah.
So, but I think he fell down on his own, and there should be no call there.
So he's on the left. He's kind of in it. There's some fingertips by Fenwick's Brady Lavin, but I don't know.
Fingertips. So you're saying there's some fingerprints on that call? Let's see. I think they might be bringing it back. Nope, they're writing off the yardage. Yeah, I don't like that call. And that ball was thrown before the cut was made. He made the cut, slipped, and a very late flag from the sidelines. I'm going to vote that sideline judge was talked into it by the sidelines.
So
it's easy for me to say. I'm way far away from it.
2:09 remaining in the quarter. First and 10 at the 24. It's a break for the Caravan. You know what? When you win 20 games in a row, partner, it seems like the football gods sometimes are on your side. Pass over to the right.
Well, I'm thoroughly convinced in some scenarios you go to a visiting location, right, and that team is a good team, right? And then the referees tend to think, oh, that team's not winning. Maybe I need to make some different calls so that they start winning. But here, this is a Fenwick home game. I'm just weirded out by that referee making a late call in front of that bench.
2nd and 5. It just seems like when Mount Carmel needs 5 yards, they get it, and everything's tough for Fenwick on offense right now. Handoff to Dupree.
So he tried going over the defender again. This time he wrapped up the legs. He did a somersault on some very hard ground.
That's the art of tackling, partner. What a tackle, but it's still good for Mount Carmel. They get the first down.
But a very painful first down. Well, he made the highlight film.
That's why you don't always see players try to do that.
Yeah, you understand. I'm not a fan of jumping over defenders. You want to go around them if you can. Go around them, and if you're wrapped up, keep your legs moving and get the 2 extra yards on the play. I think going over defenders, that's what happens. You end up with I'm exaggerating, but you end up with a broken neck or on the sidelines.
First and 10 at the 11. Screen pass out to the right. Good open field tackle as it was completed to Gardner. And Lavin delivered the tackle. 2nd and long coming up.
2nd and long?
Yeah, it's not first and goal. Right. Oh, wow.
Well, it's not.
I thought he was tackled right away. He got 5 yards on that?
Yeah, it was not a screen pass. It was an out pass to the sideline. And a very nice, hard throw. Well-coached Mount Carmel team.
2nd and 5, ball placed at the – no, 2nd and 4, ball placed at the 5. Wide open. Oh! Look, partner, it's 7-0, but it probably should be more than that. His receivers are not helping Elliott right now.
Well, and he had a lot of muscle on the ball. And it was thrown right behind the receiver just by a tad. But, I was kind of hard on, I think it was the Fenwick receiver earlier. It hit him in the hands. This one hit him in the hands.
It was a little high, but it was on the money. It wasn't like it was behind him.
Well, it had to be high. I mean, you have to get over the defenders in the way, right? I think that it was just a little bit behind him. And the receiver had a lot of speed.
Yeah, they're hurting Elliott right now. It's helping the Friars.
Well, we'll see, 2 downs here to get this.
Yeah, you'd think it would be 4 down territory, but if you do get the field goal, you're still up 2 scores. He's got room to run, trying to get the open field tackle. And he almost fumbled it, but he was down right before he fumbled. 4th and short, got to go for it. At the very least, you do the hard count.
Well, I would go for it if it were me. It looks like that's what they're going to do. But I was amazed again with the ball handling. One running back went one way, one went the other, and you really couldn't tell who had it, not from this angle. Fenwick knew, but it's hard from this angle to tell. 4th down.
It's a great tackle by Williams.
This is a huge play of this game.
4th and 2 at the 3. Touchdown, Dupree.
And who else would you give it to on that play? Little misdirection. Everyone went left. Dupree went right the middle, maybe a slight to the right, and there was a gaping hole for him to go through. I mean, if that was at the 50-yard line, that would have been a touchdown.
So, Bob, if you're a Mount Carmel fan, what should your favorite movie now be?
Oh, I wouldn't have an idea.
You, me, and Dupree.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Do I get a 10 out of 10 on that pun or a negative 10 out of 10?
I don't know. It sounds like it could be a good one.
Extra point coming up, 13-0 Caravan. Straight through the uprights with time to spare in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Friars against the Caravan here on SBS.
Before we celebrated this special night, before we fell in love with our home all over again, we searched for a company to handle our entire remodel, from architecture and material selection to permits and complete construction with impeccable design. We found Heirloom.
Visit the Heirloom Design Build Center in Lincolnwood to explore your home's potential. Heirloom, architects, builders, remodelers. Your project begins at heirloom.com.
$14-0, Bob. It's all Caravan right now, and when you're a Mount Carmel fan, where do you carpool?
Uh-oh. Where?
In a Caravan.
Oh, of course. I should have known that.
You fell right into that one, partner. Kickoff to the Friars. Williams will take it. He gets past the 15, and he's brought down at the 20, and actually it was Tommy Thies to take it. Well, partner, you're down 14-0. You want to score touchdowns, but you got to find some way to get points before halftime, even if it is a field goal.
Well, we've said this before, right? You got to keep moving the chains. In this case, they've been effective throwing short 5-yard passes. You got to keep doing that, and of course, you have to throw in a deep pass or two. Maybe it gets completed, stretches the defense. But at this rate, 14-0, you multiply it by 4 quarters. That's not a good final score.
Shotgun formation and a handoff up the middle. Got a couple of yards as they hand it off to Amir. And that will do it for the quarter. So it's 14-0 Caravan. We'll take another break. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Run AFS.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter. You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You know the meaning of.
Back to the action, second quarter of action. Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsaway. Live chat is active on YouTube. If we don't check the live chat, you can also text us if there's a problem at 330-957-7653.
Well, you got to give credit to Emily here. She's doing the technical direct job here, and of course she doesn't have gloves. She's using the touch screen. If she puts gloves on, the touch screen won't work.
Yeah, there's those special gloves, like those fishing gloves where you can, place the glove and then get it off to use your fingers. Fakes the handoff out to the left, and drilled on the play was Will Gladden.
Yeah, that wasn't very far upfield, but back to the glove stinger. Get one of those pens with a little rubber tip that you use on your cell phones or something. So third down, long.
3rd and 7. You assume they're going to go to Romeus, but we'll see what Coach Battaglia draws up here.
Well, I think you progress through your reads. It's like you don't decide to go there. You look through the reads. If the linebacker goes this way, you throw that way.
Pressure comes.
He's in trouble.
Hill's going to have to take the sack. Luckily hung on to the football as Jamari Chaney was doing everything he could to rip that one out. 4th and long, and nothing's working, partner.
Well,
do you consider something crazy like a fake punt here?
Absolutely not. No, punt this, get the ball out to midfield at least. But he was looking left and didn't see the tackle coming from his right. He eluded that tackle, and then the second one got in there. But, yeah, this is a 2-score game. You're punting from your own end zone. you're at least with the win. Thank goodness for small favors.
It's a powerhouse. Donovan McNabb went to Mount Carmel. Pressure comes, bad punt.
One wonders if it didn't get deflected. Probably not, but man, that was close.
It's a tough job, man, being a punter. You're not really appreciated when you do a great punt, but when you do a bad one, everybody remembers your name. I'm sure there's a lot of Lions fans. I forgot the name, but I'm not a Lions fan. If you remember, the Lions were up on the Cowboys, but then the Lions punter shanked it, and Tony Romo led the offense down the field. What?
Yeah, I don't remember.
No,
I don't
Prater's
remember
a
the
kicker,
play. I
not a
got to
punter.
tell you. But you're right. If the punter kicks it 60 yards, 50 yards, or 40 yards, it's almost like no difference, right? But if you kick it 15 yards, boy, you're remembered.
You remember in the moment that he got it inside the 5, but you don't remember it forever. But if you shank that punt in a playoff game, a lot of people remember you. 1st and 10 at the 35. Interesting formation.
Yeah, same ball at the same 35-yard line, but this time Mount Carmel going the other direction.
Fakes the jet sweep, little flip pass, still on his feet. Open field tackle delivered by D'Elise. The flip pass to Taylor Jr. And everything working right now for Mount Carmel.
Yeah, I feel like he was stopped pretty well, even though he got 5 yards, and most teams will take 5 yards on almost any play, right? But it was a good tackle up the middle. It looked like he had a gaping hole and then just got stopped.
Could be a lot worse, but drop passes by the Caravan.
Well, it's 2nd down here, so they're still moving.
Marshall trying to get in the way of that passing lane. Taylor Jr. still on his feet. He's very shifty for a tight end. 1st and 10 for the Caravan.
That was an interesting completion. The quarterback went to a sidearm delivery a la Mahomes, right, to make that.
Yeah,
and I'm
Stafford.
like, oh, man, that looked like it was ripe for being at least knocked down, if not intercepted.
It works, though, partner. Remember Chad Bradford, Major League Baseball, the sidewinder?
Well, Major League Baseball, it's a different story, right?
Yeah. I mean, he was always,
Yeah, this is definitely like a la Mahomes, right, with the sidearm toss.
Not a lot of sidearm pitchers in baseball either. People make fun of it, but if it works, it works.
Well, then you get the submarine ballers in baseball.
1st and 10 at the 24. Handoff. A lot of room to run. Still on his feet. Eyeing the goal line. Touchdown, Mount Carmel.
That was just sheer speed.
It was handed off that time to Alonzo Manning the second. 20-0, and partner, if this continues, we might not see Jack Elliott and some of his offensive teammates in the second half.
Well, which would be kind of a shame. It's fun to watch them. But that was a great misdirection to the left, just nothing but speed that outran the defense. Terrific play call, and outrunning the defense to the corner. Just tackled like at the 1 yard line. It could lean over the end zone, and they got hammered, but touchdown still.
Kick coming up.
It's not looking good for my 35-21 prediction.
And the PAT is good by Louis Geppetto. It's 21-0 Caravan. We're going to take another break. You're watching the Caravan against the Friars here on SBS.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter. You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
Back to the action. It's 21-0 in favor of the Caravan.
Well, and that's the thing right here. The game has gotten a lot of it out of hand. Now, it's not totally out of hand yet, so Fenwick hasn't there's like not zero chance that they can win here, but down 21 early, I guess you could argue there's lots of time to go, but this is getting out of hand fast.
Kickoff for the Caravan as it'll be kicked by Geppetto. And it's picked up right now by Tommy Thies, still on his feet. And he got forward progress past the 20, but not much more past that, as starting the tackle was Tristan Pusateri.
Good kickoff coverage on that. I like the way he cut it back. Looked like there was room to the left, believe it or not, to his left, but then he cut back to the right where it looked like there was a hole, and that hole got closed up quickly.
If you're Fenwick, do you want to run a no huddle, try to keep these defensive backs of Mount Carmel off balance?
Well, that's a great question. They have been doing that, and yes, I would continue to do that if for no other reason. That's what they've been practicing, and it is effective. And you want to try these things against good teams. Mount Carmel qualifies as a good team.
2 in the backfield, clean pocket from Merrick Hill. And a little sweep pass to the left to Deal East, not going anywhere fast. They lost yardage.
Yeah, it was well covered.
Had no choice, partner. You can't take the sack, and he ran out of room to run to the right, so he did the sweep pass, and Mount Carmel was kind of a trick play and forced him into a tough spot, and easily tackled by Mount Carmel.
Well, and here's your no-huddle offense for one. But he progressed through the reads and decided the only play was open was that screen pass.
3rd and long. I know you don't really want to go for it, partner, but the defense hasn't stopped the Caravan all day. If you get to 4th and 7, I know you're deep inside your own territory. Do you consider going for it?
Well, I think if you're down by one score, you probably do that. But now you're down by 3 scores. And I think you punt the ball as far away as you can, and you go play some defense. And you go to school on defense and learn how to stop this team.
It is 3rd and 7. Need to get at least 3 yards to even consider going for it. Both teams have all 3 timeouts.
Well, you're with the wind here. I like the thought of airing it out. Hill's got a good arm.
Zone coverage for the Caravan over the middle.
Oh, he aired it out right over the middle, but nobody was really open.
10 to target was Bajorson. I would go for it, Bob. What do you want to do here?
Oh, I'd punt. Let's see what they do, but I would punt.
They're going to punt.
Yeah, that was Avion Brown he was throwing to, and Avion wasn't looking. I think Avion felt like if he was going to get the ball, it needed to be further downfield, I think.
Oh, it was Avion Brown. I saw. Yeah, it was Avion Brown, not Bajorson. He covered up his number. I thought it was 6.
That happens with 8s and 6s.
Out at the 43, as it's played by Mount Carmel's Jackson Barons, and he'll go out of bounds past the 40. Things are rolling right now for Jack Elliott. What is he doing so well running this offense? Obviously, Dupree and Manning, the second in the open field, in that second level, they're doing well. But Jack Elliott, he's also doing a good job on those fake handoffs.
Well, it's fantastic ball control, first off, by the quarterback, right? So it's hard for the defense to guard against all the different options. The playbook is terrific. You got to fake one way. You got an alternate play going back the other. He's got a good arm. A strong arm, so it gets to the defender quick. You have to guard your player closer. And the running game is just unstoppable.
1 in the backfield, fakes the handoff. Over to the left. Good job. So that time on the tackle by Avion Brown.
Yeah, see, that was only a couple of yards, right? But it was a good passing play, right? And so now Fenwick has to – I knew I was going to do that once today. So Fenwick has to – play honest defense against all the different plays, and Mount Carmel just has an arsenal of weapons.
What is a Caravan's favorite type of candy?
Uh-oh. Caravan's candy. You got me.
Caramel.
Oh, jeez.
Did
Emily get that one?
She liked that one. The first 2, she didn't laugh. I'm 1 for 3. I'm batting 33. Handoff up the middle, off the left guard now, and Alonzo Manning the second. He's pretty good two-parter. We've talked about Dupree, but Alonzo Manning the second, he's hard to bring down as well.
Well, and I like the speed on that touchdown run. But that's what we were talking about, just so many weapons. Now we're going up-tempo.
2 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 in the backfield. Handoff. Nope, it's a fake. Rolling out to the right. Oh, stiff arm action. Still on his feet.
Hard to bring down. Almost got the first down on the second effort, or maybe on the third or the fourth effort. But again, the ball faking, my eyes followed the play right up the middle, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, the play's going off to the right. I don't get fooled very often. They do a spectacular job with the ball handling in the backfield.
4th and 1, shotgun, clean backfield. 5 wide receiver set. Quick pass, bad one. Break for the Friars.
I am shocked they passed it. They put 4 receivers off to the left. Clearly, it was going to be a wide receiver screen, but I mean, with the defenders over there, I think I would just run right up the middle, and of course, against the stout Fenwick defense, maybe that wouldn't have worked. But
when you're up 21-0, you want to try something new, maybe, and also you want to have plays that you want to have confidence with later on in the season. If you haven't run that play as much, running it now in a 21-0 game, 4th and 1, because you might have to run that play later on in the season.
Well, I would think from what I saw there, they better not run that play later in the season. That's not the.
It looked like they were going to get the first down because he had 3 blockers. It just wasn't a good pass by Elliott.
Right. Versus run up the middle for 1 yard with Dupree.
Yeah. Do you think?
Of course, didn't Seattle do that at the 1 yard line when they needed 1 yard in the famous game? They threw the ball and they shouldn't have.
Honestly, that was a fantastic play by Butler. He was kind of open.
Kind of open.
If you watch the play, Butler cut in and made a fabulous catch.
He made a fabulous catch. That was the only thing that could have stopped him, right?
And here's the thing: what if as the shotgun formation for Hill scans the field,
I like it.
Wide open, caught.
Oh. Too bad he had to go down to catch it. If he could have caught that on the fly, he had wide open green in front of him. But as a receiver, your responsibility is you got to catch that ball first, then worry about staying on your feet. So he did a good job catching it 40 yards downfield. Great pass. And that's what I wanted to see earlier from Fenwick. Hill's got a good arm, obviously a good receiver. Will Gladden.
Yeah, if he got that pass just another yard in front of Romeus, as it's unnecessary roughness. Well, I think it's Romeus because we haven't really seen Gladden a lot. Gladden's listed as 4, but sometimes Romeus switches between 4 and 14. Either way, it's Gladden or Romeus, and it's unnecessary roughness committed by Mount Carmel. Shotgun formation to Marshall.
That'll
Was
be
he
interference.
pushed?
I don't see a flag. Probably ought to be.
Well, if we're going to watch it right now on replay, it sure looked like he was pushed.
Yeah, I think that should be defensive pass interference. So I guess we needed the line judge to stand next to the Fenwick bench so that they could have called it for him.
Shotgun formation. Well, you could make the argument that Nate is also pushing off on the D-back in Charles Miles Jr. All right.
It is again, same play.
That one not a great pass from Hill.
Oh, no, I'm not there. I think it was a great pass. Unfortunately, I think the receiver, right, Marshall, pushed off and then went to try to catch the ball. In that case, if he didn't do any push-off, I think he would have been there where the ball was.
Well,
that was a perfectly
if he caught it,
throw.
it would have been offensive pass interference.
Well, but if he'd caught it, he wouldn't have been able to push him.
Right.
Yeah, so that was oh, man.
3rd and 10.
I like the way they went right back to the play with different receiver.
Now you got to, if you're Coach Battaglia, how much confidence do you have in your kicker? But even if you make the field goal, you're still down 18.
I don't think anybody's thinking kick at this point.
3rd and 10, ball placed at the 20. Pressure comes, and Hill's going to be sacked.
It for Hill. Now you got 4th and 15. Well, you wouldn't punt, right? Too far for a field goal. What are they going to do?
They're going to credit the sack to Banks.
Hill comes out.
Yeah, you got to punt. It's a long field goal if you want to even think about it. They're placing the ball at the 25, which means it's a 42 attempt if you want to do that. And the field goal doesn't really help you that much, Bob, because you're still down 18 points.
Yeah, I'm saying nobody's thinking about a field goal. I'm surprised they're punting here. Do they really care if the ball's down at the 5 or the 25?
Well, right now it looks like they're going to do the kick.
Oh, they are. I did not expect this.
42-yard attempt. Not a great snap. The hold is there. The kick. Straight through the uprights. 42 yards for Noah Sir. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Friars against the Caravan here on SBS.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
It's 21-3. Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsaway. Great kick by Noah Sir. The problem is they still need 3 more scores to come back on Mount Carmel.
Well, at the same time, it energizes your team. You got 3 points. Sometimes a field goal like that is worth more than the 3 points in terms of, confidence for your team. They did drive the ball downfield. Well, drive might be a generous word, but they got the ball downfield on that long pass, was able to capitalize on the field goal. They were able to prove that they can score here. Looks like they're calling a timeout.
Yeah, timeout Fenwick. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone. Run change. What are you doing? 21-3. Well, they called the timeout, partner. I would personally do another onside kick. You need to get more possessions and minimize Mount Carmel's possessions.
Well,
what say you?
You need 18 points, but I think they tried that once and they decided that's enough. Let's boot it and try to actually stop them. I mean, you're not going to win the game by getting 3 onside kicks in a row.
Another kick. It's a little chip kick, and they fake the handoff. They run the Buffalo Bills play, and it goes out of bounds. Well, in Nashville, it was the Music City Miracle. That one was the Mount Carmel. Oh, my goodness, what happened?
So he threw it backwards, which means it's a backward lateral. The ball is live. In this case, he had enough momentum on the ball where it went out of bounds, and obviously not where Mount Carmel wants the ball. Fenwick, in their usual kickoffs, they do like to – it's not a squib kick, but kind of like a high but short kick, so the return is likely to be a long kick. I think they should just kick it all the way and stop the run back. But
well,
the ball's
they're
at the,
kids. You want them to have
now.
a little bit fun, but you also want to execute if you're going to run that play.
It was a good time to run that play. Ahead 21-3.
Look at this.
It's going to get the edge.
Gets to the edge, past the 30, a little step over move, and man, Mount Carmel's having a lot of fun on offense right now, Bob.
Yeah, that was a 16-yard gain around the left side, and that was where all the real estate was. Now, if I'm Mount Carmel, I think I would run right, again, where all the real estate is. Maybe you can get another 16 yards that direction.
Darian Dupree, what else can we say but an excellent football player?
And when you can go left and gain a lot of yards, it puts the ball on the left side of the field, and then your quarterback can roll right.
1st and 10 at the 31. Fakes the handoff. Here comes the pressure. Elliott can't get out of it, and it's a sack delivered by Rowan White.
So second down?
Second and long.
Down. Yeah, second and really long.
If you're Mount Carmel, time's dwindling. Do you be conservative, force Fenwick to call timeouts, or do you still pass the ball? Remember, if you pass it, an incompletion is a free timeout for the Friars.
I'm thinking you pass the ball, but their running game is so strong that you can pick up that first down with a couple of good, strong runs from here. But if I'm them, I'm going to pass it. But now I'm not suggesting they air it out like Fenwick. I'm suggesting 8 yards out.
Yeah, passes that can easily be completed. Clean pocket for Elliott. Scans the field, open man, right on target. And the ref says inbounds.
So it's about 12 yards and out. Now they need the 8 yards and out, and they get the first down. Well executed. So I'd keep it in the air.
Well, I mean, if he's that wide open, definitely pass it.
Well, and a quarterback with an arm and clearly a brain. This quarterback has made just perfect decisions almost this whole entire game.
Did not get the first, though. 3rd and 4. Ball placed at the 37. Fenwick's got 2 timeouts. If you're Mount Carmel here, partner, do not throw an incompletion if you can avoid it.
Oh, I don't think they think that.
Going to run it. Will Elliott to the right. He's got speed, and he'll get the first.
That was the rollout I was talking about with the real estate to the right. Now they need another Dupree run to the left.
So if you're Fenwick, how do you get off those blocks to contain the edge, make sure Elliott doesn't get out to the edge?
Well, and that's what Fenwick does well, right? They have those 3 linemen, down linemen, that stops the inside runs, and then that gives them an extra player to stop the edge runs. That was just a great run by Elliott. Tough guy.
Nice player.
Right. Now, I think they'll keep it in the air. In this spot, I would run left with Dupree to get the ball back to the left side. They got 3 receivers on the left, which is where all the real estate is now. They've got plenty of time. They don't have to go downfield with this.
Handoff up the middle. Hesitation move by Dupree. Still on his feet. Another hesitation move, and he's brought out of bounds. Dupree single-handedly dominating the Friars right now.
Yeah, pretty much unstoppable. Well, he got the first down. That's all he really was trying to get here. I mean, of course, you want a touchdown every time you touch the ball, right? But he moves the chains. They've still got plenty of time. 2:43 to go. 3 receivers again to the left.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 in the backfield for the Caravan. Jack Elliott will take the snap. Fakes the handoff. Breaks off a tackle, still on his feet, as Taylor Jr. creating havoc once again against the Friars.
Boy, he's tough to bring down. Got a couple yards after the catch, stayed in bounds. Clock running.
The other issue, too, partner, Mount Carmel has higher enrollment than Fenwick, so they have more players to choose from. I don't know if that's a huge difference, but it factors into it. Fenwick's in 5A and Mount Carmel's in 7A for a reason.
Well, yeah, right. But there's a lot of recruiting that goes on in the Catholic League schools that the public league can't do. That's why a lot of people would like to see the 2 leagues different. Public league over here, you can't recruit. Private league over here, you can.
In the pocket, trying to throw it downfield, pushes off.
I'm surprised the flag came out. Sure, there was contact, but that was totally incidental.
Let's wait here, partner. It might be called on the offense.
Well, I'm not sure, but I think there was contact, but I don't think it's flaggable contact. We're going to watch the replay here, which unfortunately we can see and you can't, but you can play it back on YouTube, which is the whole point.
Which is basically what we're doing.
Yeah.
It looks like it's on the offense.
He ran over the defender. Yeah, that was, to me, that was incidental contact. You don't make that call.
Yeah, if anything, it would be on Gilliam, but can you make the argument that it's DPI on Lavin? Well, he's already been called for that, so the refs are looking for it.
Well, are they? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you know, if
I don't see.
Once an offender, always an offender, right? When you see that as a ref, sometimes, okay, 31's on 17, 31 might commit a penalty here.
Yeah, but it reminds me of blocking in basketball. I mean, or charging in basketball. You're in your defensive position. The receiver runs over you, and then you get called for interference. I just didn't like that call. Anyway, first down.
1st and 10, 1 in the backfield.
Fumbled.
And a fumble, trying to fall on it is Elliott, and the Friars have it.
Fenwick got it.
Incredible, partner. The Friars, after all that, will get the ball back with plenty of time to drive down the field.
Well, plenty of time, 1:57 or 1.
Remember, clock stops on a first down. You got 2 timeouts.
And you got a good quarterback with a good strong arm, too. Well, let's see. They got 1 pass behind the defense for about 40 yards. But that's what the doctor ordered for Fenwick. Now they're thinking, okay, suddenly they're back in the game, even though they're down 21-3. Get a touchdown here before the half ends. You're only down 21-10. There's the aired out pass.
One-on-one coverage down the sideline, and that's just a tough completion, partner. Great coverage down the field. You force the quarterback into a fade route, and unless you've got Aaron Rodgers' arm, that's just almost an impossible completion.
Well, he was well covered, and I think the completion would have been out of bounds had he caught it. But I like it. They're going downfield with the ball. He's just got, 3 receivers, fly patterns, essentially. He has to pick which one he wants to go for, left, right, or middle. Left side didn't work. Try the right side now if there's not a safety. You got to kind of key on the safety. Where does that safety go, and go the other way with the pass. That way you get your one-on-one.
Wouldn't that be something if after all that, Fenwick was only down 2 scores going into halftime?
Yeah, it sure would.
Fakes the handoff. Good pass with room to run. Got a blocker in front. And Avion Brown forced out at the 35.
I got to tell you, if I was Avion Brown, I would have been tempted to fake right where you're going out of bounds and tear to the left, because it looked like he could have gotten past him on the left. Nobody would have stopped him. Great catch, great run.
Sometimes you panic and you're like, I don't want to waste any more time. Let me just go out of bounds to save time.
Well, that's exactly what he's thinking.
Rolls out to the right, throws it out to the right, and it's completed that time to White. See,
Fenwick's got some punch also. Okay, so even though they've only got a field goal here against a very stingy defense, they're absolutely showing flashes of brilliance here. And we know they're kind of a slow-starting team, so as they continue to make adjustments, You know, the lock combination is getting closer and closer, even though you're down 321.
It's 2nd and 5. As Merrick Hill in this offense starting to drive right now. Ball placed at the 32. D'Elise is in the backfield. Clean pocket. Pump fake. A lot of time for Hill. Rolls to the right now. To the sideline. And how about that defense from Mount Carmel? He had an eternity to throw and still an incompletion for the Friars.
Well, they weren't rushing very many people. This is the old rushing 3 and leaving 8 in coverage. So every receiver that went out, and they didn't send too many receivers out in coverage, were just double covered. There's nobody there.
Are you surprised that Hill didn't read that right away and try to run 5 yards for the first?
Well, they didn't really rush them to force that, right? So they were kind of at the line. If he did try to run, then they can, shed the block and go get him.
3rd and 5, ball placed at the 32.
What I like on Mount Carmel's case, though, is first off, they don't have to blitz a lot, right? And then secondly, they're mixing it up. It's not easy for Hill to read through this defense.
Clean pocket. Pressure comes.
Not clean.
It's clean for a second, then they shut off the blockers and they sandwich him. Did Parker Starts, the captain, as well as Jamari Chaney.
And that's where we were talking about that. Mount Carmel does a good job of mixing up their defenses. It's hard to read. So 4th down now, Mount Carmel took a timeout, so they want the ball back, thinking one more time with the ball downfield. Interesting.
I think they also called the timeout because Fenwick's punting has been shaky all year. You call the timeout. Maybe you try to ice the punter, make him think about it a little bit more. You try an all-out block, and maybe there's a bad snap. Maybe it's blocked, and not only do you get the ball back, but you get good field position. But that only works usually when you call the timeout to set up your defense on a play like that.
Well, I do like the all-out rush on the punter, and it won't probably be a great punt, but they will get what they did call timeout for is when they finally do get the ball back wherever they get the ball. They got a minute. Is that 17? They got the field goal post in front of my eyes. Yeah, so there's a minute 10 to go. And with a minute 10, you can do a lot of damage with this Mount Carmel offense. But now we were talking about a 21-10 game, right? Now maybe we're looking at 28-3 game. So,
can you score a touchdown in 70 seconds with 2 timeouts?
With this team, you bet.
That's what makes high school and college football so interesting. Clock stops on a first, whereas in the NFL it continues to run.
Yeah, I kind of like that, the clock stopping on first downs.
Merrick Hill is still in there.
Instead of punting, they're just going to simply go for it.
They're going to go for it. Here comes the rush. Over the middle. Brown with a great catch. 1st and 10 for the Friars. What a throw by Merrick Hill. Took the hit.
Well, we talked about that earlier, right? Video game football, make on 4th down. Fenwick did it. Looks like they have a shot at the touchdown here with a minute to go. And that was not a good time for Mount Carmel to call timeout.
Flag on the field, might be offside. Touchdown pass to Nate Marshall.
Oh, there's going to be a penalty here.
Oh, my goodness, we're having a fight on the field. Another flag thrown.
So the touchdown was scored. Mount Carmel wouldn't let go, and Fenwick took exception. So if that's a penalty.
So there's 2 flags.
Boy, yeah.
One was blown right away. They let the play continue, which usually means it's encroachment or offsides. Then there was a second flag for both teams fighting, but it looked like Mount Carmel initiated, so they might be called.
It has to be a dead ball foul on that second one. I think it'll count as a touchdown. Yeah, I think it'll be a touchdown, but we'll see what they call it. The referees are conferring. They're all getting their headsets on and conferring with New York.
What passes by Hill, man.
That was special, that drive right there on 4th down and a long way to go. But that tells you the Fenwick can continue that in the second half. They've already made the adjustments necessary already in the second quarter, so they've got a whole half to go with these adjustments going forward. I don't want to say, they're going to win the game, but it's sure looking like they know what to change. Now let's see what the referees come out with. Looks like it's going to be the ball at the 2.5-yard line, so it's looking like they called a touchdown. Personal foul.
Yeah. Touchdown's good.
It is a touchdown,
foul.
Yep.
And they called a second flag. I didn't see the offside that they were going to call. So, Fenwick was going to decline that anyways.
Well, I think that's exactly what happened. They declined that flag, right? They get the touchdown, and it was a dead ball foul on the personal foul. It gets tough because that was kind of a retaliatory a push. You didn't really have to do that. On the other hand, once you score the touchdown, Mount Carmel, you got to let go. I don't like when you hold on to the player like that for too long and
Right.
you don't
Now,
get a penalty, but then the other guy
He was
does.
close to the goal line, so you try to get that last hit as he's catching the ball, but
That hit
then
I
you
don't
gotta-
mind.
then- yeah.
Yeah, that hit, but you didn't have to push him 8
right,
yards
but
out
once,
of the end zone.
once you've made the hit after he caught it, then you got to let go.
Right, and you heard the whistle. That was loud and clear. So, gosh, this is going back and forth. We thought it was going to be 21-10, then we were talking about a 28-3, now we're back to 21-10.
Time for Mount Carmel, though, 53 seconds.
And they'll have a whole half to make some more adjustments, which the adjustments they've made so far look good.
They're going to go for it. Handoff. Marshall, he eyes the goal line.
Not going to get
They try
there.
to push him in, and he's short. What a job by Mount Carmel stifling the Division I recruit right at the goal line, 21-9, as we go to break here on SBS.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things. Sure, my family loves.
Back to the action. Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsaway. 21-9 the score, and Fenwick's fighting partner. It's a tough Mount Carmel team, but they've got some fight in them.
Well, Fenwick is a good team, too. I mean, they are 4-2, almost 5-1, right? But now the score could have been 21-11 if they made it, 21-10 if they kicked it. It is 21-9. So we'll see if they do get close enough at the end of the game, if that two-point conversion or that fake ends up costing them something.
It's all back to that 4th and 1 where they did the screen pass. It's 9 unanswered points for Fenwick since then. Kickoff, return, past the 20. Still on his feet with room to run. What a return, Bob. Took his time, was patient. Then he shut off the block and all the way to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looked bad there. Looked real bleak there for Fenton, but he got tackled from behind. So there's some speed on defense from Fenton there. Fenwick. I knew I was going to. I told you I knew I was going to do that.
Yeah, you blew it.
That's because I'm trying to recruit a player from Fenton to play volleyball.
Well, maybe you should be recruiting for Fenwick. Maybe it's a sign that you shouldn't be saying Fenton anymore.
You might be right.
Ball at the 39, 61 yards to go to the end zone. Pump fake. Elliott still with it. And Taylor Jr., the intended target.
Yeah, that was well defended, and they had to throw that away and go back and get him at second down.
Good job of Elliott getting that ball off instead of taking the sack. Sack would hurt you, and incompletion stops the clock.
Well, exactly right, stopping the clock, and that's why he threw it out of bounds. He threw that in that spot where only the receiver can catch it, defender can't, knowing, we're only at second down here. And almost midfield, but not a lot of time, 30-something on the clock.
Do you stay aggressive, or if you get sacked here or you lose yardage, do you take a knee and just accept the 12-point lead?
I think if you're Mount Carmel, you never take the knee. You go for it.
Even if it's 4th and 22, you go for it?
Go for it. No, I'm not
Makes
that
the
bad.
handoff. Oh, my
There's
goodness.
A fumble, though.
Ball loose. Fenwick's got it. And partner, those are always the repercussions of being too aggressive.
That's why if you take the knee, you don't lose that ball. But here, 23 seconds ago, it looks like, Fenwick with the ball, not Fenton. And with Hill, a good quarterback, something can happen in this 23 seconds. I think you got to take a couple of end zone shots here. If you throw it right down the middle, looking at the timeouts left.
Got 2 timeouts for Fenwick, 2 for Mount Carmel.
Yeah, so you don't have to go for the end zone. You can go halfway on the first pass and the rest of the way on the second pass. Maybe you get a second or two for a third attempt, the second attempt at the end zone.
anything over the middle, unless it's a first down, you probably call a quick timeout.
Right.
You only have 29 seconds to work with.
What an opportunity to pull within, 5, 6?
Clean pocket. Hill takes his time. Now he'll roll over to the right. Tough pass.
Intercepted.
Picked off. That's a tough pass, partner. Great read that time by Xander Gorman, and a killer for the Friars.
Yeah.
Eric Hill, you just got to throw that one away.
I think you took that possession a little bit lightly. I think in that case the receiver wasn't open. It's okay to throw an incomplete pass on the sideline. I would have thrown over the middle, not to the side either. The sideline is the longer pass, easier to intercept. I would have gone down the middle, maybe not into the end zone.
Right, and remember you had 2 timeouts. If you want to run for it, you could run 3-4 yards, and when the defense comes to you, do the quarterback slide, then call the timeout.
Well, it's never good to have an interception against you, but if you are going to have an interception against you with 21 seconds to go before a halftime and they've got 80 yards to go for a touchdown, this is a good place for it.
Most likely going to run it, but...
Well, we'll see.
Handoff to Dupree. And he gets to near the sideline and then brought down by Thies, and that should do it for the half.
Yeah, it looked like he had some open running room over there, but that got closed down fast by Fenwick. So, again, that defense that covers the whole entire field with the 3 down linemen was able to shut that off. I mean, you would think Dupree, he's a great running back with a lot of real estate, could go all the way perhaps.
So we will take a break, 5-minute break, then we'll give you some halftime analysis. It's a fun one. Fenwick's only down 12 after trailing 21-0. You're watching SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live.
Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsoe. It's 21-9 in favor of Mount Carmel, but part of this game change, a decision by Jordan Lynch that he might be regretting. Instead of running it with Dupree on 4th and 1, he decided to do a screen pass incomplete from the arm of Elliott, and Fenwick has now scored 9 unanswered points, and they had a chance to score more than that, but an interception late in the half stopped them from doing so.
Yeah, he took a page out of Getsby's playbook, right? 1 yard to go, just run it up the middle, run it off tackle, run someplace. But instead, they tried a kind of a fancy screen pass off to the left. It didn't work, and suddenly they're looking at a 21-9 score instead of what could have been a lot more. But it's a lot closer game. It doesn't mean they haven't lost it yet or anything like that. There's another half to go. This is a 12-point lead. So Mount Carmel, although they might be regretting that decision, does have a 12-point lead and should be kicking off. So Fenwick will start off with the ball first. Fenwick, though, played a real nice second quarter. So you feel like if they continue to be able to make the adjustments or continue to execute the adjustments they made, they can actually get back in this game. And, maybe it's not such a, on paper, one-sided look. It's not like Fenwick's 2-4. They're 4-2 and a very good team.
Right. They did lose to a 1-4 team though last week.
Yeah, but those, I don't want to say it's a fluke because the 1-4 team earns it. You know what I mean? But it's still, you're allowed to make some mistakes and still win the next game.
Here we go, though. Fenwick gets the ball back. They're kicking themselves in the foot. If they had just scored some points before halftime, they might have a chance to be leading this game if they score on this possession. But here we go. It's a squib kick. Will it go out of bounds? They'll have to play it. Here comes Fenwick and Tommy Thies. Thies at the sideline. And he's hit right at the 25. And was he out of bounds as he was pushed by Conway? It looked like he was out of bounds, but they're not going to call a late hit on Conway.
Oh, I thought he was in bounds when he got that hit, but I was marveling the run back. He went around
and then there was a late push after the hit from Conway.
Oh, that's what you wanted called? Yeah, I just marveled at the way he got around the, he got up to the 25-yard line to go around the defender. I don't know which one it was, but he made a good move to get there from here.
So here we go, first and 10 for Merrick Hill in this offense.
He also made a good clean pickup on that kick that was bouncing all over the place. The football's not round, so it takes funny pops. And he made a good short stop pickup to get the ball.
One in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set. It's a quarterback draw all the way, and he was tripped up just as he was trying to get positive yardage, but he fell forward for a couple of yards.
Yeah,
second and long coming up.
A planned quarterback draw right up the middle. I don't know. First play of the half, planned quarterback draw up the middle. I don't know, but that's the call they made.
Right. You want to get Hill's confidence up. He might be feeling that interception, and you might be getting to him a little bit.
Well, get a little bit your feet wet again. First play of the second quarter. Third quarter, I meant second half.
Fumble. And he's brought out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a cold and a little bit damp day, right? So if you're holding the ball with one hand, and it doesn't take much to knock it out of your hand. You hold that ball with 2 hands when you start running with it.
That was a big interception at halftime by Mount Carmel because it looked like Fenwick had a chance to score, but a huge interception by Xander Gorman, and we'll see how Fenwick recovers from that.
Well, and then third down and very long here, 13 yards. So, we talk about this video game football thing, but you can't go 4th and 13 from here. You're going to have to punt it.
Got to get at least 8 yards to consider going for it.
Well, I wouldn't go for it here even with that. Good rush. Downfield.
Right down the field.
And intercepted.
Bad throw, and it's going to be intercepted that time by Jones.
You're going to be able to make an argument for dual possession on this, but I really think the defender had the ball cleanly.
It kind of reminds me of that Fail Mary play. Remember it? Where
they're going to say it was dual possession and definitely a completed pass.
Yeah, we're going to watch it right now. I disagree with it, but here it is.
Well, the receiver made a great play to hold on to the ball when it was in the breadbasket of the defender and then never let go.
Jones had it all the way. Okay. Screen pass, and that one's on the receiver, as the intended target was Rowan White. So maybe a little karma. they get the benefit of the call, and then an easy pass doesn't go their way. So the football gods are on Fenwick's end for one play, and the other end it's for Mount Carmel's way.
Well, Fenwick's been very fortunate, I think, this whole game. They're only down 12 points.
I mean, they're in it, partner. If not for that pick, it could be 21-12 or better.
They're absolutely in another quarterback draw.
But you also got to keep in mind that a fumble from Elliott and a pick from Elliott put them in this. Well, actually, 2 fumbles by Elliott put them in this spot.
Well, although true, I mean that's football. That's all part of the game.
Right.
And the ball does bounce funny.
Football's an interesting game. The Vikings still almost went to the Super Bowl even after they fumbled it 6 times in the NFC Championship game. Completed pass from the hand of Merrick Hill. It's third and short coming up.
Sorry, that's just a very talented throw by Hill. That was a receiver I would never have thought was open. Threaded the needle. It was a great catch. It kind of reminds me of that saying, NFL open, and there's college open and
He's
NFL
not open.
open.
But the quarterback throws him open.
Yeah, and that's kind of what that was. This Hill's got a future.
You think he's a little small for quarterback?
Well, is there such a thing really?
Handoff to DeLise. It's close. At this level, they usually give the benefit of the doubt.
Well, he definitely made it. That's what the linesmen are saying.
They're going to move the chains.
Yep. But that's what they needed. You move the chains, move them again. This is a nice drive. First down, Hill at the helm. I mean, this isn't so bleak here.
No huddle.
Yeah, I like that.
2 in the backfield.
Push the tempo.
Clean pocket for Hill. Now here comes the pressure. Cheney and forcing him to that spot was 99 and Jones. It's clean for a second, then after that, I guess they're hearing me, and then they get to him.
That's what it is. They hear the announcer say it's a clean pocket, and they're like, we're not getting to him fast enough. We better hustle here.
anything that these tackles got to do because they're not getting enough time for Hill to throw the ball?
I think Hill had plenty of time. He was looking downfield. That's all. You know, you have got that little clock in your head. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and go. And he was looking downfield. You need a little bit more time to get the receivers open downfield, and they weren't open. It was probably wise to eat the ball and take the sack. We'd certainly be unimpressed if he threw an interception.
Second and 15. Ball placed at the 37. Brown in motion. He goes to the other side now. Fakes the hand at the Elise. Pressure immediately, and no choice but to just drop that off to Donnell French. And good job by Hill avoiding the sack.
Yeah, you got to wonder. I mean, without going overboard, right? Somebody missed their assignment. I mean, that blitz was so quick.
3rd and 15, Bob. You got to get at least 10 to even consider going for it.
Yeah, I don't think that's how Fenwick thinks. I mean, obviously a short pass to make it a reasonable 4th down throw is good. But Hill, I don't know if it matters if it's 7 yards or 15 yards. He's got a good arm. He just needs he needs an open receiver. Looks like they're coming again.
Almost offside.
Yeah, I thought they were blitzing. It was a good fake blitz.
It was Muha and Starts, the captain who showed blitz. They're going to try it again. Clean snap. Hill in the pocket. Here comes the pressure.
Well, they did blitz. It was that zone blitz, right, where this guy goes and that one doesn't, sort of a thing, and wasn't picked up. Now you do got to punt.
Sacked by Banks. Every time Mount Carmel needs to make a big play on defense, they've done it 99% of the time tonight.
Well, yeah, they're an outstanding team, and they're showing it. I mean, I can't help but want to pull for Fenwick to score again here, but it's 4th and way too long to go for that.
It just shows you Mount Carmel's so good. Even when they turn the ball over, they can still win, because if you have even one turnover, you're still down 12 points. That's how the game has been for Mount Carmel this year. You almost have to play perfect football to even be down a score.
Well, and Fenwick, they had a real good opportunity late in that second half, right, to get one score, and then they opened up with the ball in the third quarter, and if they could have taken it downfield, I mean, they could conceivably be ahead. But it's easy to say that. You have to actually execute on the field against a very strong defensive team. But, again, you like Hill's odds.
So this won't be a fake punt pass play, right?
I think they'll boot it, and I think he'll give it everything he's got. Let's see. I'll predict Mark Carmel gets the ball at the 25-yard line. Let's see what happens.
I would return it if I'm Mount Carmel, but they might call for the fair catch.
Yeah, you want to be safe in your own zone, but it might not be a high punt. Well, we'll see.
Line drive kick, and they're going to return it. It was caught at the 11 and tackled almost immediately at the 20.
So what I say, 25 yards, so I'm off by 5 yards. They get the ball at the 20.
You think Elliott's confidence is a little shaken with those two fumbles?
Well, I think there's a point in time when you're X amount good and confidence isn't what you worry about. So I don't think confidence is something he either says he's got or doesn't have. He just plays well.
Do you believe in the yips, or is that just a wives' tale by sports fans?
Believe in you mean nerves?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like when you commit one interception, it becomes 2 interceptions, and it becomes 4 interceptions.
Absolutely, that happens. And not to everybody. So maybe that wouldn't happen to Elliott, but other athletes
Look
it
at
does.
That spin move by Dupree. This guy, he might have a chance to play on Sundays.
Yeah, he might. Running backs in the NFL are becoming a lot more commodity kind of a thing, where there's
2 and 3 running backs.
Right, running back by committee. The days of the Barry Sanders.
That's what made Tom Coughlin so innovative, because he knew that. Remember when they won the Super Bowl in 2007 with those 3 running backs, Bradshaw, Jacobs, and Ward?
Well, that might have been before NFL's time for the running back by committee,
but
he did it. Yeah.
That you just use your hot hand and you use different running backs to get the offense going.
Yeah, maybe in baseball in the 1930s, somebody had a reliever.
Even when he stumbles, he still gets more than 5 yards.
Yeah, he's tough to bring down. Very quick, very shifty. He'd be even tougher if you put flags on his hips. He'd never grab one of those things. I remember playing flag football, and it's easier to tackle the guy than it is to grab that little flag off a hip, and his hips are shifty. It's hard to tell which way he's going.
If we played flag football and everybody tried in the NFL, what those scores would be?
Oh, gosh. Well, they did have flag football for one of those All-Star years, didn't they?
Right, but they're not really trying. I'm talking about full-on, grabbing the wide receiver at the line of scrimmage football. 4 on the line right now for the Friars. Let's see if they blitz here. And they hand off to Dupree. Another nice spin move, but that time the Friars not fooled, and he went right into a bevy of Friar defenders.
Yeah, going back to that flag football thing, colleges are starting to talk about women's flag football in college to offset the men's football ultimately. In our case, if we were to add men's volleyball, you want to add a women's sport, and flag football for women has come up.
3rd and 1. They're still in shotgun, partner. We've seen in the Chicago Catholic League, they just don't like to go under center, even when it's 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. Flag on the play. My goodness, look at Dupree, partner. He's able to break through Marshall's tackle to get the first down.
Yeah, the flag is going to pull that back, right?
It was called right away. We've seen them delay the false starts. I'm surprised by that, partner. Usually they call it dead right away. I'm surprised they've let these plays go and then call the false start after the fact.
Yeah, right. It's almost like they're waiting for a replay to overrule them, but there's no replay, so one of the referees then has to come forward and say.
Be an automatic dead ball.
Yeah, right.
And it's a break for Fenwick, too, because now they see the formation that they want to run with Dupree in the backfield.
Well, they do, but now it's a 6-yard gain they got to get, or 7 maybe, and not just
now
1.
You know what play that they've run, so.
Yeah, but that was a play set for 1 yard to gain, not 6, so they got to run a different play anyway.
I mean, you could set up every play for Dupree. He can get you 15 yards on one play. Takes the handoff. Fenwick not fooled.
Yeah, I think the only play you could run every down of every game and win would be that tush push. And now Philadelphia is calling it something else. They've got a new name for it, brotherly love, or I forget what they call it.
What play is that?
The tush push, right? 4th and 1 play.
The Bush push, if you remember that Notre Dame USC game. Back when Matt Leinart was relevant. This is quarterback play so interesting, part. You think there's can't misses like Matt Leinart, and then guys like Tom Brady just sneak up on you. There's no such thing as a sure thing in football.
Yeah, this year's sneak up, or last year's sneak up, is Purdy.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Badgett before we write him off.
Nice punt. Look at the hang time on that punt. Brown got a late break on it. And you wonder why he didn't catch it, partner. In my opinion, when you have to go to the other side to catch it, it's a harder catch, kind of like that Willie Mays over-the-shoulder catch, and sometimes you can drop it.
Well, right. And then these kicks are, how do you say this, right? More erratic, right? And of course they're high school players, so they haven't had hundreds and hundreds of punt catches. So it's a ball's wobbly, and you don't want to risk a fumble. Further, the kick is a shorter kick, so there's less variability where the ball is going to land. So letting it go, maybe you lose 5 or 10 yards. It's not that bad, but you can't risk a fumble.
Fenwick, good team, partner. They won the state title 2 years ago. They're going toe for toe against Mount Carmel. If you score a touchdown here, the seeds of doubts start to creep into the minds of the Caravan.
Well, and also later in the game, you got to start thinking you are a good team. Don't get injured here.
Good pass.
Oh, almost a one-handed grab.
Only where his receiver could get it a little bit behind him, but maybe the wide receiver for Fenwick and Raphael Stewart wasn't ready for it. Have both hands out right away. It looked like he didn't have both hands right away. Tried to make the one-handed catch, couldn't get it done.
Yeah, well, you had it on the head. Finally, ultimately, didn't get it done. It was maybe a good enough pass. Here it is on the replay.
Not a great one, but it didn't look like he had both hands ready for it.
It was kind of an overthrow. I don't know. You got to replay that back.
Hand off to D'Elise.
Some very difficult yardage up the middle. Fenwick has not been able to run much on this defense here, so you almost have to run once to get the honest defense and then go back and pass. But what has worked is downfield passing for Fenwick.
You might have to try something gimmicky, like a flip pass or something to get your running back out in space.
Well, what you do there is you give your receiver more time to get open, and Hill does have the arm, so even if he's got more time in the pocket as a result of the flea flicker or something, the receiver can get downfield.
Gets outside the pressure to the right. It's one-on-one. And he gets past the linebacker and then driven out of bounds that time with the man who made the interception in Xander Gorman.
Yeah, I'm going to bring this out. To me, ball protection, you got ball security. You got to hold that ball with both hands. He took a pretty solid hit while he was holding the ball with one hand. And if that hit maybe hit the football out of his hand, obviously that then becomes a fumble. Use both hands when you're rolling out like that.
3:27 to go as Fenwick will have to punt at 4th and 6.
Now, if you know you're not getting hit, maybe holding the ball with one hand is okay, but it's a chilly day, the ball's wet, you're holding it with one hand and getting hit. We think this is a with the wind punt, kind of low.
It was touched by Fenwick, but they did not go after it, and now they do. Wouldn't look like it went off a foot of a Fenwick player, but it was still in play. And
well, that's that oblong football. It takes funny hops, right? But it ended up being a pretty good punt. And this game is a very good one, 21-9, 12-point lead. We're kind of a half a step away, though, from if Mount Carmel can score one more time here. There might be a kind.
That'd be it.
Yeah, it might be.
Field goal that Fenwick would still be in it, but a touchdown, that would do it for the Friars. Football, sometimes one play can change the complexion of it.
Sorry.
After that screen pass, it's been mostly Friars since then. Throws to the right, breaks through a tackle, still on his feet, first down, Caravan. And it was completed that time to number 10, Maurice Densmore. I apologize, it was Matthew Marquette. First and 10, ball at the 45. See if Elliott can throw the ball down the field a little bit. And blown dead. There we go. Blown dead right away. It'll be false start against the Caravan. 2:23 to go. Four wide receiver set, one in the backfield. Almost picked off. Dangerous throw by Elliott, as almost getting in the way of that pass was Brian Timpone.
Yeah, that was a good incompletion to make. Behind the receiver, there was a defender in the way. Just, you're not trying to complete that one.
Right, but it was read well by Timpone. It was almost picked off.
It's that Fenwick defense is, that we use that word a lot, but stout. It's a stout defense. Mount Carmel's a very strong offense. Fenwick's hanging in there nicely.
Big kick by Noah Sir, partner. It gave some energy to this Fenwick team. 2nd and 15. Clean pocket for Elliott. Looks over the field with it. Almost picked off. Couple of throws by Elliott have almost been picked. As that time getting in the way of it was Lavin. They have really abused him tonight, partner, but Lavin that time almost got the pick. He's been called for 2 defensive pass interferences.
But I like that play across the middle. If he catches it, he's gone. All he had to do is, not all he had to do, if it wasn't deflected and he could get it in stride, there was just no way nobody was going to catch him on that crosser.
3rd and 15.
I'd like to see that play again.
Another clean pocket for Elliott. Double teamed was Marshall. Now getting outside the pocket is Elliott to the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds.
But again, terrific pursuit. There was nowhere to go. Excellent defense.
1:51 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Elliott went through his reads and decided he had to take the ball and to take off running, and there was really nowhere to run either.
4th and 9, ball placed at the 46. You would think a pass, but sometimes Coach Lynch can he can surprise me sometimes.
Yeah, this is a perfect spot to punt it. Hopefully Fenwick gets the ball at the 10 or the 20.
Really good punt.
Yeah, it is.
Brown can't return
it might go into the end zone. And it did. You'll take that. That ball took a lot of really good forward hops. All needed was one oblong hop to bounce up, and it wouldn't have been a touchback.
It's kind of like an onside kick. When you punt it, you want to get that ball to just go straight up in the air.
Yeah, that's what he needed.
And allow your team to return and catch it.
Yeah, that was a very, very good punt.
I mean, you see the hang time on it. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Will it stay? And then almost able to save it that time.
It was
and
good effort.
Tristan Pusateri. An advantage for Mount Carmel, partner. They've had the ball at the 40, at their 35, at the 45. It seems like Fenwick is always inside their own 20.
Well, and I'm pretty impressed because those 21 points happened early in the game, right? Remember, it was 14-0 at the first quarter, right? And Fenwick has held them to one score after that and has had multiple times to get back in this game. So that's throwing it out of bounds. Nobody there.
Yep. Brown was...
They're going to throw
close.
A flag on that?
Oh, come on.
I hope not. I don't see the flag. I see a ref signal.
He's outside the tackle box.
Let's see. I hope they – I just don't see the laundry. It just looked like that was what the ref was signaling.
No flag.
You have to be something else.
He's clearly outside the tackle box as you watch it on replay here. He's out of the tackle box. Brown is pretty close to the play. 2nd and 10, ball at the 20. Here comes the blitz. One-on-one coverage down the field, and
a lot of contact while he's running. It's hard to really pick up speed and take off to catch up to the ball when you're getting pushed by the defender. I'm not saying that was illegal contact or should be pass interference, but just because they're running neck and neck and there is contact, that causes them not to be able to catch up to the ball. Good defense.
They haven't called a lot of pass interferences tonight. There was that one in the end zone that I disagree with, but other than that, they're mostly letting them play tonight.
And I like the Hills going downfield with it, although the downs tick, so now you're at 3rd down. You got one more crack. Again, throw it downfield to get that 1st down.
Here comes the blitz from the Caravan.
I like the call across the middle.
Room to run.
That's a great play call against that blitz. Now, we saw that a couple of weeks ago several times. It happens so often you almost predicted when it was going to happen. I forgot about that play. A great way to stop a blitz. And that's a good way to keep a team from blitzing. Yeah. It's not exactly a screen pass, just a short pass across the middle where the linebackers vacated their spot.
Both teams with 3 timeouts. Now Fenwick slowing it down a little bit.
Yeah, the offensive coordinator at Fenwick has to be pretty happy with that call.
Stewart in motion. Fakes the handoff. Rolls outside the pocket, then go back to the left. He's got blockers in front as Hill driven out of bounds, but he gets positive yards. And that'll stop the clock at 48 seconds.
What a great tackle. It looked like Hill had a lot of room over there on the left and some blockers, but out of nowhere just got tackled going toward the sideline. So it was about a 6-yard gain only. Tons of green field to the left there.
Second and 3. Handoff to the right. Going nowhere fast.
Yeah, probably lost a yard or 2 on that. That's a shame.
Too slow developing of a play there, Bob, and Mount Carmel was able to attack and get the tackle.
Yeah, as much as you want to say Fenwick can get a running game, Mount Carmel's just stuffing every run there is. I think you just got to keep the ball in Hill's hands and throw it 50 times and hope.
3rd and 4. The passing game's working, not so much the running game. Not a good pass, diving for it.
He caught it. They're counting it, and he's about 6 inches short, but I'll bet they give him the 1st down. Let's see what they do.
It's where the ball is, not the player.
Right. They are calling it short.
It's a good call. The ball was short.
Yeah, so got a yard to go, 4th down. Now this is where you need your running game. They're going to call timeout and think it over.
It is a touchdown, though. When you have 2 feet in the end zone and the ball is short of it and you catch it, that is a touchdown, even though the ball was short.
Well, in this case, I thought it was, just calling the timeout to think it over, but the quarter just sped by. It's the end of the 3rd quarter now, 12-point game.
We'll take a quick break. You're watching SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone. All right.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com.
We're back to the action. 4th and 1 for the Fenwick Friars. You assume a running play with Hill, but we'll see. The handoff, D'Elise, spin move.
Stuffed and then some. That's a shame. That's just, unfortunately, the running game has gone nowhere.
I don't know why they ran it to D'Elise. Their best runner today has been Hill. But then again, do you want your quarterback to take an additional shot?
Well, when it's 4th and 1, you do.
I mean, the game's on the line, right?
Yeah, I have trouble with the runs on 1st down, where you just call a quarterback, not even quarterback draw. It's just a quarterback run left, quarterback run right. I'm like, all you're doing is hurting your quarterback, and then you expect them to throw a pinpoint pass on the next play?
Do you think that because a lot of these teams run the zone read and the spread, they're just not comfortable I formation under center on those 4th and 1 plays?
Well, in high school, that's been my comment about high schools, they have only so much practice time, so they get good at something and they can't get good at everything. So they get good at the shotgun snap, they don't practice the under center snap, and they just do that the whole game, even if it's 4th and 1.
Yeah, when you're under center, it's quicker time to hand that ball off. Look at that play by Marshall. We still got ourselves a football game, and it's largely due to that man, number 9.
Well, like you said, you're going to see him at the next level, at least in college.
He's made a lot of good reads tonight, Elliott has, but that was not a good one.
Well, it almost looks like no matter what happened there, he was going to break that play up. It's almost one of those plays where he's going to tackle both guys with the ball.
Yeah. Reminds me of that Donegan Sue play back in college when he was playing for South Carolina. He drilled the running back right off the line of scrimmage and then picked up the fumble. Handoff to Dupree.
Yeah, I think if I'm Mount Carmel, I'd run the other way.
If you're Mount Carmel, do you just put the hands in Dupree, screen pass, short pass, hand off the rest of the game?
Well, I do put the ball in Dupree's hands a lot, and they haven't done that a lot, I don't think, this game necessarily. And so Fenwick has to be, concerned about everything. But, yeah, I think you got to let Dupree take the ball upfield a lot now. 4th quarter.
Hand off to Dupree.
And this is where in the past, too, we've seen teams be able to run against Fenwick late in the game because I think that front 3 do get tired, even though they're just absolutely terrific. But, fighting 5 guys the whole entire game is difficult.
4th and 4, you got to assume they're going to run it to Dupree again.
I would.
Try to draw him offside. Fenwick not fooled. The clock somewhat of an issue for the Friars now, but they do have all 3 timeouts.
They proved on 4th and 1 they wanted to pass, but I would hand off.
1 in motion. And it's a great jet sweep. Flag on the play, though. It was a jet sweep to Cozy, but it's probably coming back. Holding call would be my initial inclination on the play.
Yeah, I haven't seen the signal yet. There it goes. Just like you said.
A block in the back. Stops the clock, too.
Yeah, and the punt's coming. Fenwick's done a great job stopping Mount Carmel since the first half. That defense is just doing a wonderful job keeping the offense in the game, keeping it close enough for Hill to do some damage. And Hill can get downfield fast.
They've had a lot of slow starts all year as Fenwick, and then for some reason they could just turn the switch.
Well, I think that you're right. They had a slow start in this first quarter. Then it got kind of a medium start. And now, they're finishing well.
Almost got the block, calls for the fair catch, and then fakes catching it. and
it rolls into the end zone just barely. But the fake fair catch on the short, near side took a couple of Mount Carmel players with it.
The punting game, you never think it's big for your team until it is. And that almost got the ball at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
You don't think you ever need it. Ray Guy got drafted the first round, but other than that, punters aren't usually drafted. But, man, if you can find a good one, it just changes the complexion of the game sometimes.
Yeah, Ray Guy was a good one. All right, so here you got the ball, 30 yards, 80 yards away, down 12, and you're in the last quarter with under 10. Got to score twice.
How do you run the ball here? Do you just have to go outside the tackles now?
I don't run at all. I mean, I wouldn't. The running just hasn't worked. So keep it in Hill's hands. I think go downfield with it a lot.
Pump fake, clean pocket for Hill.
Move.
Double move.
And held perhaps.
Might have been grabbed.
How do they not call that?
We're going to watch it right now. It sure looked like he was grabbed.
This is one of those things, if you're a Fenwick fan, of course he got grabbed. And if you're Mount Carmel, it's like, well, it had no effect on the play. I would have called it. Can't do that.
I get it. They haven't called it much tonight, but, I mean, that was pretty blatant. Double move. Yeah, that's a missed call. Break for Mount Carmel.
Deep again.
He's wide open, but Jorson.
Oh, how did he not get it?
Oh, Merrick Hill, bless his heart. He's going to think about that tomorrow night.
It's two things. First off, Hill has to put a little bit more air under it, a little less line drive, right, so that the receiver can run under it, right? And then the receiver was just a step behind it. I like the aggressiveness of the downfield shots, though. Yep. This time it wasn't a double move. It was just fly by the defender. But now you're 3rd and 10, but 2 great attempts there. One should have been probably called. The other one looked wide open.
3rd and 10.
Again?
Wide open again. This time it's caught. How about that, partner?
3 times, all 3 could have been completions. They got to keep running that play.
I don't think I've ever seen that, the same play called 3 times in a row.
Well, yeah. And they're no huddle. Just keep going.
Shotgun, bull rush. And Hill's just going to run with it. And a late quarterback slide.
And somebody's injured on the near side. I didn't see contact there. Hamstring? He's not holding it.
It was an excellent bull rush that time by Tavon Rice, one of the captains on this team. And timeout on the field. So we'll take a timeout as well. It's Fenwick against Mount Carmel here on SBS.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com. Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House, located on Madison Street in
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they
Second and 8. Shotgun. Clean pocket for Hill. Right down the field with the throw, and he heaves it, and it's dropped that time by White.
That was probably thrown out of bounds there. Too many good things can happen. You're throwing downfield, pass interference. You can actually catch it. But I think that ball was heading out of bounds, even if he catches it. But I liked it. It went deep, this time the other side of the field. Now all I got to do, I think, is go downfield and then cut back. 10 yards, you should have a relatively easy 10-yard completion. But I like these downfield passes. They have been pretty effective today.
9:04 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mount Carmel up by 12, but they were up 21-0. It's been a good comeback thus far by the Friars. It would be a heck of a win if they could score 2 touchdowns, not give up any points.
Well, and you can't count them out.
In the pocket, here comes the pressure.
And sacked.
Covered sack, partner. That time Hill's got to read it a little bit better. He had protection to the left. He rolled to the right, and that came the pressure for Mount Carmel.
So it brings up fourth down. Well, they're coming out to punt, it looks like. Would have been tempting to go downfield yet one more time. But no, they think there's enough time in the game, 8 minutes-ish, right, to punt and get 2 scores still.
What kind of play are you going to run on 4th and 20?
Well, it's the same one that they've ran on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down.
Yeah, but would Mount Carmel fall for that a 4th time?
Well, you're sending 3 guys downfield, middle, right, and left, and you pick which one you can think can be completed. But it's a safe call to punt, but you got to score twice more after Mount Carmel has the ball one more time. Great punt, though.
Yeah.
All right, so push Mount Carmel back. Maybe you pick off something. You got to stop Dupree. You got to load that line. You got to force somebody to pass the ball. Dupree will just eating you alive on the ground.
If you're wondering how good Darian Dupree is, he had a 72-yard touchdown pass in the first quarter in that win against St. Rita. Dupree's going to Wisconsin, and Wheaton North's Joe Barna is also going to go D1.
Yeah, not just any team, Wisconsin.
They have a lot of good running backs in the history of Wisconsin football.
Yeah.
Up the middle. And good tackle by the Friars.
Well, that's what they needed to do, stop them. Now 2nd and long. Forced an incompletion, then a punt.
Murray credited with the tackle. 2nd and 8.
Don't have to call the timeouts yet, partner, but when it gets under 5, then Battaglia and the Friars will have to start calling timeouts.
Yeah, you kind of got to pick your spots, right, where you think it's going to be a long runoff. That's when you call time.
If you're just joining us, 21-0 early lead for Mount Carmel, then a field goal, 42-yarder by Sir. Handoff to Dupree.
It's a good tackle, but it was 6 yards. So I think the offense probably goes to Dupree again. The defense key on that.
3rd and 4.
It's a key down.
Ball placed at the 19. Clean pocket for Elliott. Terrible pass. That one was on the quarterback, Bob.
Again, I just wouldn't have done that. Dupree is successful. Just keep going to him.
I mean, it looked like the right call. The intended target was Gilliam. It was just a terrible pass.
Well, yeah. I think in Elliott's mind, he's like, whatever you do, don't throw an interception here, so let's keep it on the wide side of the receiver, and it went out of bounds. So 4th down, you would think they've got to punt, so the punting unit comes in.
Whatever you do, if you're Fenwick, do not drop the punt. If you don't feel comfortable, like if it's a short punt, you got to run to get it. Just let it drop and just do not fumble the punt.
Well, and it's good clock management from Fenwick's side, too, by punting it away, pushing Mount Carmel back, and now getting the ball back at midfield.
He dropped it. That's what I just said not to do.
Well, if he didn't block it in some way, that thing would have kept rolling, so he had to almost go for it. And then he had time, even if he did drop it, to fall on it. I mean, obviously it's not your first choice to drop it, but if he didn't stop it, it could be 20 yards further upfield. So you're what? 65 yards away, 6 3/4 minutes.
1st and 10. Ball placed at their own 36. You need 2 touchdowns to win, Bob.
Right. Well, I expect they'll keep trying to go downfield. They've got 4 more tries here.
If it takes more than 3 minutes to score, you might have to do the onside kick.
Well, I think you're looking at it already.
Clean pocket for Hill. He's got a receiver open. That's a tough throw, though, partner. The receiver's got to come back for it, and unless you're Aaron Rodgers, those are hard to complete.
And it's a long way to that sideline. The ball's on the left, not exactly on the hash mark, but it's on the left side of the field.
6:39 to go in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10 at their own 36.
I think I said this earlier when they were trying to go for a touchdown. They had like 30 yards away from it. Going deep down the middle is okay.
Thies with it. Beautiful tackle.
Yeah, well read. Sniffed out play.
Disallowing Thies from getting any positive yardage. The captain in Parker starts, and he showed it there.
Yeah, there has to be something in the scouting report that says don't throw up the middle. Otherwise, I don't know why they're not doing that.
3rd and 10. You're running out of time. You do have 3 timeouts, but you probably got to go for it unless you get sacked here. Fakes the handoff. In the pocket. Bajorson trying to get separation up in the air. And Bajorson could not get the separation he wanted. Good coverage by Jones. Good no call by the ref. 4th and 10 coming up.
That's one of those. It was a good route by the receiver. He did have the step or two he needed. It was a good throw, maybe a little bit short. The defender caught up and defended it well with no interference. It's one of those plays where everybody did well, but it turns out into an incomplete pass.
6:05 to go in the quarter. 4th and 10. Probably no choice for Fenwick but to go for it. And remember, when they scored that touchdown, before that it was a 4th down play.
Well, it was like a 30-yard completion on a 4th down, and then set up a score.
Here comes the pressure in the pocket. Good pass to Brown. 1st down for the Friars. Excellent pocket presence by Hill to not run for that first. Take another second to look down the field, and he completed it to Brown.
There's so many good things to say about that offensive play from Hill. Got out of the pocket, throw a frozen rope over the middle.
Hill. He's got a man open. Looking for a late push on the defense.
There it is,
Calvillo, and Calvillo can't believe it, but I do think that's the right call.
I think it's the right call. You can't push the guy before he catches it. You just can't do that. So
well, you can, but it's cheating.
Oh, that's right. Well, you can expect some yellow laundry. Now, we're watching the replay on that, so we'll get to see the push or no push. Yeah, you just can't do that.
Close.
It wasn't much of a push, is your point.
You called it actually on Miles Jr., not 21. 21 is Calvillo. Miles Jr. is 23.
I mean, it wasn't like it was intentional pass interference. He just kind of ran into him and prevented the catch from being made.
1st and 10. How big was that stop on the 2-point conversion by Mount Carmel? Because Fenwick could think field goal here if it was 21-11.
Well, that's what we were wondering earlier when that happened, when you were saying that. It was 21-9. If it was 21-10, how does the game change? If it's 21-11, how does the game change? Of course, if it ends up 48 points, well, then those points didn't matter.
Clean pocket, ball at the 29, double team, and knocking that ball out. Good coverage that time by the Caravan, but Jorson, the intended target, was in his hands, but excellent defense by the D-back in Pusateri.
And even if he catches, that's only a 4 or 5 yard gain, and I think Fenwick's looking for bigger chunks than that. So I guess what I'm saying is no big deal. It's incomplete. Go back and get the next one. Don't run it. Find an open receiver. Deep middle is what that 4th down conversion was.
So hard to win football games though when you got to throw the ball 50 times.
Right, except you got a quarterback like Hill doing it.
Here comes the pressure, screen pass.
The right call was made, but they defended that too.
Yeah, what they did is they played a little zone, and Fenwick thought they could do the same thing they'd done all game, and then in came the linebackers on the trap play.
Yeah, it was a good defense from Mount Carmel on stopping, because it looked like it was going to be a screen pass, but on stopping the over the middle screen pass.
3rd and 9. That's how big that stop on the 2-point conversion was. You cannot do a field goal here. You got to go for it. Blitz look by the Caravan. Open man.
Got it.
Absorbs the hit. Positive yardage and at the spot of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, they'll give him a first, I think, on that. All right, the clock, 5 minutes, like you said, right? But they can score quick enough.
No huddle look by the Friars. In the pocket is Hill. He goes over to the left. Here comes the pressure. Back into the pocket.
Did need that.
Can't take the sack there, partner. Just bad by Hill.
Yeah, I think he had to fling it in that case. He thought he could evade the tackler, but he just got to fling it.
But give credit where credit is due. Excellent play by the Caravan.
Right. All right. Now here you are, 2nd down and goal, effectively.
2nd and 21. Not a lot of stuff in the plague book for this. More pressure.
Yep. At least that one he unloaded. He flicked that one away.
Now, the Caravan are arguing there's no intended receiver. And you could make that argument because it was almost caught by 55, who's a lineman on the play.
Well, yeah. Oh, there goes the flag. They talked it over and gave it intentional grounding.
That's the way you do it. That's such a big call, but I think it's the right call.
I don't think it was the right call. You're essentially in the grasp of the defender, and you're trying to throw it. How did they know you weren't trying to throw it into the end zone and you just got tackled in the middle of your arm?
He did not try to throw it into the dirt. He threw it up in the air, and 55 almost caught it, and there was no receiver within 10 yards.
Yeah.
Lost it down, too.
Yeah, not the call I would have made by the referee, but okay.
3rd and 31. You got to get at least 15 to even have a manageable 4th down.
I'm going to say 3rd and goal here, even though it's not.
3rd and 31. Hill in the pocket, picked off.
Intercepted.
Still on his feet, and then brought down. It was picked off by Muha.
And that's where that referee calling the intentional grounding really hurt, because now you were like, 3rd and 31, so you've got to get a big chunk of that yardage. If it's 3rd and, let's say, 21, you don't have to try to fling it downfield quite so far. So that penalty probably cost the interception.
So 2 first downs would end the game.
Yeah, that's a pretty likely occurrence here with Dupree in the backfield, which is a shame because it would have been nice to see Fenwick score and see a real barn burner at the end.
The turnovers hurt Fenwick tonight. That turnover at the end of the half really hurt the Friars.
Well, you have to play aggressive against Mount Carmel.
Right, but you got to make good decisions.
And Mount Carmel, right, true. But Mount Carmel also took your running game away.
That's why they're 6-0. When they need to make plays, they make plays. Here's Dupree making a lot of plays tonight, still on his feet.
He made all those plays on the same run right there.
Nice to have number 6 in your backfield, isn't it?
Well, a major difference maker. It's going to be interesting to see how fast he'll get into the starting lineup at Wisconsin.
Clint Cosgrove, recruiting analyst, says it's a perfect fit for Wisconsin. Dupree going to the Badgers.
Of course, you got to be an analyst to figure that out, right? Perfect fit, Dupree, Wisconsin. How about perfect fit, Dupree, anywhere?
Dominating high school doesn't always translate to dominating in college.
Oh, that's true.
We'll take a break. You're watching the Friars against the Caravan here on SBS.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com.
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, you know? Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know.
Did you see that? They're retracting them.
First and 10, ball at the 40. And Fenwick, they're in some trouble right now, Bob.
Yes, they are. And that's a shame because it has been a very good football game.
Dupree again. My goodness. Honestly, you could just run Wildcat with Dupree the rest of the game and he still might get 5 yards.
Oh, well, that's very likely. That's why I was shaking my head when the 1 yard, 4th and 1, and they ran that receiver screen. That just was the wrong call. But it didn't change the outcome.
I mean, the calls haven't been awful by Lynch. Elliott's just been erratic with the accuracy.
Well, and again, you got to give credit to Fenwick's defense.
2nd and 4 at the 34. Breaks through a tackle, still on his feet, close to the first down marker. And Fenwick has to blow a timeout. They now have 1 remaining.
And that's going to be tough because 1 remaining timeout and just 1 yard to go, maybe 1.5 yards, whatever, to get a first down. In all likelihood, they'll get that first down. You lose a timeout, and they've got a new set of 4 downs.
1 timeout remaining with Fenwick. We'll stick with the action. Thanks so much for chatting on the live chat. Hope everybody's enjoying the broadcast. And we did not get any chat that there were problems tonight, which is good. 3rd and 2, ball at the 32. Play the game, but unless Mount Carmel has negative yardage on this play, they're going to go for it. Unless you have.
Well, you'd have to have a lot of negative yardage to go for it here. Why punt at this point in time during the game? It'll just be 2 runs from Dupree. At least that's what I would do.
Unless you've got a kicker in the wings on your team that can kick a 49-yarder.
Well, we did make a 40. Fenwick, right, made a 42-yarder. That was pretty healthy.
That was a nice kick.
It sure was.
I mean, you could make the argument that was a momentum-changing play. It gave some energy to the Fenwick people on the sideline.
Yeah, it really did, and it was a momentum-changing play.
3rd and 2 at the 32. Elliott, little sweeper to the left, and first down for Taylor Jr.
I'm really surprised. Yeah, I'm really surprised they put that ball in the air at all.
Well, Fenwick, they're going to fall to 4-3 most likely, unless something crazy here like a fumbled snap. They played hard. I know you don't want to hear silver linings because you're still 4-3. You got to win at least one more game to make the postseason, but they look better than they did last week against Nazareth Academy.
Well, they'll get that next win somewhere along the way, but they sure proved that they can play with the best of them tonight. But they knew that. They were a good team at 4-2. What was the original prediction? It was 35-21.
Yeah, you're closer than I was. I said 35-7. At first, my prediction looked good, but after it was 21-0, it's been mostly Friars. Clean pocket for Elliott, double coverage, and you're right, Bob. I don't like that play call because it stops the clock.
Yeah, they're right. They're playing as if it's 35-21 instead of, well, it's still a 2-score lead. And
right, but Fenwick's got one timeout. Just
yeah, I would be icing
clock.
the game with Dupree, or ice the game with somebody else, right? But ice the game on the ground.
You don't have to use Dupree. Manning the second has a touchdown run tonight.
Right, maybe he'd like another one.
2nd and 10 at the 29. Coming into this game, Fenwick had a positive scoring ratio, point differential. Breaks her a tackle. And the very not seen guy in Jake Kazi took that handoff.
Well, and I like that play. Run lots of room to the right, didn't go out of bounds, clock runs, now 3rd and short. Again, highly likely he'll get the first down.
They've got a winnable matchup next week, this Fenwick against DePaul College Prep. You really got to win that one because if you go into week 9, 4-4, you got to play the powerhouse in Immaculate Conception.
Well, I'm fairly certain Fenwick's going to win the next game. They're an excellent team. They're just playing a very strong Mount Carmel team today.
Elliott with it. He's got speed. Gets to the edge.
But
he's drilled.
Crunched.
But he got the first. That's all he needed.
Right, and that should be enough to be able to, well, how many timeouts? You said 1 timeout? All they want is to keep the ball on the clock, and they don't need more points.
First and 10 at the 18. Handoff up the middle and stop short of the first down marker. Matthew Marquette on the handoff. And they're definitely in field goal range, so they'll just run clock if they get to 4th down and they need to kick it. They will, but it looks like that they won't have to kick it, that the clock will run out.
And that no timeouts are called here.
Fenwick is out of timeouts. Mount Carmel has all 3. So what do you think? Did Mount Carmel just win this game, or did Fenwick have plenty of opportunities that they're disappointed they didn't get the victory?
I was thinking that, the kind of like a game summary. Both teams played well. I think, Mount Carmel will feel like they underperformed, but I think both teams played well. I think Fenwick maybe could be a little bit surprised they did as well as they did. At the same time, they really had many, many opportunities to get back in this game, and it was given to them by a real strong defensive showing to hold Mount Carmel to 21 points to this point in the game.
Don't go anywhere. The post-game show, Emily Lazarovich will interview the player of the game, eyeing the goal line, and 1st and 10, and that will officially do it. Victory formation coming up, but they don't have to run a play.
Yeah,
so
you
that
won't
will
see
do
that.
It for the game.
I think the victory formation already occurred.
Well, Parter, it was a fun one, a tough loss for Fenwick, our first loss here at Triton College on the season, and that does it for our regular season broadcast for the Fenwick Friars.
Oh, that's a shame. It's been fun to be here for these games. Fenwick's an awesome team. It'll be fun to see how far they can go in the playoffs.
The Caravan improved to 7-0. Fenwick falls to 4-3. They now have a 2-game losing streak in a crucial matchup next week against DePaul College Prep. So far, excellent crew for Chris Angela and Emily Lazarovich. Bob Vilsaway, I'm Kyle Smith. Post-game show coming up next here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, We also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Before you know it, you'll know my name and how to pronounce it.
You know the meaning of ขอบคุณค่ะ
Before you know it, you'll call me son.
You call me daughter.
You call me brother.
You call us sisters.
Your family will make a difference in how America is perceived.
And what America stands for.
And we invite you to welcome an exchange student like me to your home and your family.
For over 70 years, AFS USA has brought exchange students from around the world to study in the U.S. and live with an American family for a school year, semester, or 6 to 12 weeks. Before you know it, you'll be a proud AFS host family. Visit afsusa.org.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com. Todd Helton, a man synonymous with the peak of Coors Field hysteria, the 5-time All-Star and 4-time Silver Slugger winner, was beloved by Rockies fans for his fantastic play on both offense and defense. One of the greatest Rockies of all time, his success has consistently been downplayed because of his home stadium. Helton's Hall of Fame case has been widely debated among the baseball community, with no conclusive decision. Just recently, this past January, the voters almost elected him into baseball immortality. He received over 72% of the vote for Cooperstown induction, but he needed another 3% of the vote to get into the Hall of Fame. This video will look into what factors help and hurt his case to earn his plaque in New York, and whether or not it's realistic for Helton to eventually make the Hall. Let's first do a statistics breakdown. Helton played for a very long time, nearly 2 decades, all for the Rockies, and was never an easy out once he arrived in the league. Through his first 10 seasons in Major League Baseball, Helton not only managed to walk more than strike out in 8 of the 10 aforementioned seasons, a very much appreciated quality in a young player, but he also managed an OPS, or on-base percentage plus slugging, above 1, settling in at a remarkable 1.04 OPS for the entire span. Oh, and let's go back to Helton having more walks than strikeouts. During his first season of playing in at least 100 games, Helton struck out 54 times and just walked 53 times. From 2000 to 2008, Helton walked more than striking out, with his worst season, quote-unquote, being the 1999 campaign, where he recorded 68 walks to 77 punch-outs. Out of all the first basemen who played at least 1,000 games from 1997 to 2013, his first and last year in the league, Todd Helton leads the pack by 4 points in OPS, beating out Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell and future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols. One of his biggest strengths, his vision, was the catalyst that led to his success. His magnum opus was his 2000 season, where he hit for the percentage triple crown, leading the league in all 3 major stats: on base percentage, batting average, and slugging percentage. He hit a ludicrous .372, winning a batting title and having the 3rd highest single-season batting average from 1990 to the 2000 decade. During that decade, he actually tied for 3rd in terms of batting average. The only 2 players ahead of him are his teammate, in my opinion, the greatest Rocky of all time, Larry Walker, and all-time great Tony Gwynn with his abbreviated chase for 400. This came along with plenty of pop as well, slugging almost 700 with 103 extra base hits. In fact, this was the 4th most extra bases in MLB history and 2nd most in the NL ever. It was also his breakout season, netting him his first All-Star game, but his MVP candidacy was probably hindered not only by his youth, not having been an established star, but also what is commonly referred to as the Coors effect. This is when accolades and statistics from Rockies players are seen with less legitimacy due to the thin air in Colorado, which allows for the ball to fly further than anywhere else. This has only increased as time gone on, with the Rockies playing their home games at Coors Field, with sabermetrics putting a higher emphasis on regulating stadium factors. Older players also benefited more prior to the humiditor era. Beginning last season, all 30 MLB teams now have to store the game balls to control the inconsistencies between them. Humiditators work by bringing baseballs to an average humidity, which means in a dry park they will become more humid and heavier. Regardless of stadium, Todd Helton's hitting stats were some of the best in the league over a 5-year span. His 2000 to 2004 stretch of dominance beats out the best of his contemporaries. He once again beats out Pujols, Lance Berkman, and Jason Giambi, some of the best first basemen of his era in terms of OPS. He also paces the group in homers, RBIs, and has the best walk-to-strikeout ratio of the group. Now let's take a look at his defensive stats. None of this era has even been discussed. One of Helton's best traits as well, his ability to play very well on both sides of the ball. His 3 gold gloves were no mistake. He ranks near the top of the leaderboards all time in WAR and defensive WAR for first baseman, landing 14th in career WAR and 4th in defensive WAR, compared to others who have played as many games of all time. He falls 2nd since integration, just behind Albert Pujols, and of course integration means since 1947. It's important to know that defensive wins above replacement is based on calculations that give value to positions, making a premium positions like shortstop or center field worth a lot more than a position like first base. For players who play DH and first base primarily, unless your name is pretty much Keith Hernandez, the more games they play, the lower their defensive WAR goes, almost in spite of good defense. This just means that if you don't play defense, for example, a designated hitter like David Ortiz, your defensive WAR becomes virtually non-existent and in the negative column. Anyway, Helton clocks in at -5 defensive WAR WAR behind Pujols, who is known to be one of the best first basemen of all time defensively as well, with his negative 4.1 mark. While at their peaks, Pujols may have been the best first baseman defensively, which is definitely no slight to Helton. But let's talk about the great defensive metrics when it comes to Helton. Besides winning 3 Gold Glove awards, Helton's 9.5 range factor per game is second all-time. His 90 career zone runs place him in 4th in MLB history. If you don't know what zone runs are, it basically means how many plays a first baseman made versus how many times the ball was hit in his general direction, or his zone, quote-unquote. At one time, Helton was first among all first basemen in defensive games played at first base, putouts, and assists. The crafty lefty could simply sweep up any ball in the dirt that was thrown from his infield counterpart. In other words, he was great at picking it. Now let's compare him to Paul Konerko. Another comparable player to Helton is Konerko, albeit his prime starting after Helton's era. They are both strong offensive first basemen looking to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. While Konerko and Helton may be similar in circumstance, they have significantly different cases. An easy way to check whether a player is on a Hall of Fame trajectory is to look at career WAR. While it's not a strict guideline, a Hall of Fame bound player, regardless of position, typically hovers in the 50 to 60 range. Helton easily meets this criteria with a very impressive 61.8 WAR throughout his career, while Konerko falls well short at only 28.1. Konerko may have been a cornerstone to a World Series winning team in 2005 and the bigger name with more homers, but other than that, he simply doesn't compare statistically to the Todd father. He crushes Konerko in all rare stats with over 100 points on OPS, more than Konerko, and still beats him handily when field adjusted, with a 133 OPS plus compared to only 112 for Paulie. Also, as shown before, he is one of the best defensive first basemen, while advanced statistics paint Konerko in a much different light. Konerko finished his career with a minus 17.5 defensive wins above replacement, not even in the same area code as Helton. Konerko will almost certainly miss the Hall of Fame because of those reasons, while Helton should be included because of them. If you're wondering, Helton hit 369 career home runs. Konerko, or Paulie as White Sox fans remember him, has a much more impressive 439 lifetime dingers. Konerko is a lifetime 279 hitter, whereas Helton finished with a very impressive 316 final clip. As you might expect, Helton's slugging percentage is much better than Konerko, 539 to 486. Now, let's do his comparison to Larry Walker. Helton's true contemporary to Hall of Fame contention is probably Larry Walker, his teammate who made the Hall of Fame recently. Overall, Walker is probably the better player according to the stats, but he also had outside factors help make him into the Hall of Fame. Walker played a more important position, did not play his entire career during the steroid era, which of course is about 1997 to 2007, and played some of his prime outside of Colorado. Not playing in the steroid era might have helped Walker's Hall of Fame case, as he put up dominant offensive numbers before the peak of the steroid era, for example 1997 to 2007. Walker also slightly outclasses Helton with awards, claiming an MVP in '97 and 4 more Gold Gloves than Helton in his career at a more difficult position as well. Plus stats, or adjusted stats, also help Walker more than Helton due to his time outside of Coors. Even at the age of 38, Walker hit .289 for a 2005 St. Louis Cardinals team that won 100 games. Walker began his career with the Expos, and while not quite the same hitter in Canada as in Coors, he finished within the top 5 in MVP during the 1992 season. As an Expo during the beginning of his career, Walker's 1994 Expos might have won the World Series if not for the owners ending the season with a strike. Regardless, Walker hit .322 for the Expos that year. Helton at .287, .386, .469, with 142 home runs. His .855 OPS away from his home ballpark is higher than the road OPS of Hall of Famers Dave Winfield, .841, Eddie Murray, .838, Ricky Henderson, .836, Tony Gwynn, .835, Al Kaline, and George Brett, .826, among others. In other words, when it comes to Todd Helton, his OPS away from his home ballpark is better than players already in Cooperstown. How about this? Away from Coors Field, Helton's road on-base percentage is better than such Hall of Famers as Rod Carew, Eddie Matthews, Vladimir Guerrero, Honus Wagner, Tony Gwynn, and a slew of others. How about his postseason stats of comparison to other teams? Todd Helton's Rockies were basically pitiful during his career. They only made the postseason twice, with their magical run to the World Series in 2007 being something we'll most likely never see again, hence why it's called Rocktober and their amazing winning streak. If Helton had put up fantastic playoff numbers, it definitely would help his Hall of Fame case. Still, Mike Trout is most likely a Hall of Famer with terrible all-time postseason numbers and a very limited sample size. If Shohei Ohtani continues with his Babe Ruth-esque performances on the diamond as a pitcher and in the dish as a hitter, he'll be a no-doubt Hall of Famer even if he never plays in the postseason. If Helton had managed to put up any kind of impactful numbers, it would have helped his case. As it currently stands, Helton's career playoff batting average at .211 is very poor. In 15 career playoff games, he didn't hit a single home run. He played very well during Game 163 of the 2007 one-game playoff against San Diego, but that box score doesn't count towards the postseason numbers. In fact, there are examples of players making it almost exclusively because of postseason moments, such as Bill Mazeroski and Jack Morris, but baseball is not a sport where a single player can make enough of an impact to carry a player through the postseason. Helton also only made the playoffs 2 times in total in his career, so he didn't have many opportunities to do much in general in October. Still, it does hurt his case that the Rockies made the World Series in spite of him, not because of him. Is that why Barry Bonds is outside of Cooperstown? Nah. Belko and the steroid controversy is the main reason he's not in the Hall of Fame. But Bonds also had his postseason struggles prior to his fantastic 2002 World Series run with the San Francisco Giants. But let's take Larry Walker's postseason stats into account. His 1995 postseason with Colorado was very forgettable, but his postseason numbers in his late 30s were very eye-opening. During the 2004 World Series, the 37-year-old Walker batted .357 as a 37-year-old with 2 home runs in the series. Helton, meanwhile, was several years younger than Walker during the 2007 Rockies playoff run. Even in 2009, Helton batted just .188 with no extra base hits. During the 2004 postseason, Walker belted 6 home runs during 3 different playoff series. What am I trying to say? For Larry Walker, playing on a different team and playing well with that team can establish credibility. The Coors effect hurts Helton much more than someone like Walker, because Helton's entire 17 years in Major League Baseball was spent playing in the high altitude. There may be controversy about their legitimacy with playing at Coors, but there is no doubt the stats Helton put up are extremely impressive. The Coors effect is probably the strongest argument against him, and it only has gotten stronger as advanced stats have dampened his original stats. In conclusion, Todd Helton was one half of a lethal duo in Colorado with prime Larry Walker alongside him in the lineup. They both put up elite offensive and defensive stats, despite the adjusted stats making them slightly less impactful. While Helton doesn't have the hardware and accolades that Walker has, he's a homegrown career stat leader for the franchise. According to Jay Jaffe's JAWS system of evaluating peak wins above replacement, Helton is 15th all-time among qualified first basemen. Certainly wasn't the reason why the Rockies failed to make the playoffs that year. Helton batted .353 away from Coors Field that season, and the 4-time Silver Slugger led the league in both slugging percentage and batting average. Did not winning the 2000 MVP award hurt his chances at being in Cooperstown? Nah. But an MVP certainly would have made his resume seem more intriguing to the voters. Quite frankly, Helton was arguably the best first baseman of his era. That includes Albert Pujols. From 1997 to 2013, Helton led all National League first basemen in games played: runs scored, hits, doubles, runs batted in, triples, and walks. He was also second all-time in home runs. In a 5-year span from 2000 to 2004, Helton's OPS plus stat was third behind Barry Bonds and Pujols, and from 2000 to 2005, Helton's baseball reference wins above replacement metric was third behind Alex Rodriguez and Bonds. And although Helton's batting prowess usually never transitioned into October, he was a main reason why the Rockies went 21-1 in their last 22 games to advance to the 2007 World Series. In a 15-game stretch from the end of the season until the one-game playoff against San Diego, batted .377 with a .458 on-base clip and 15 RBI. The Rockies went 14-1 in those 15 games to advance to the National League Division Series. So is Helton a Hall of Famer? He might be one in 2024 or 2025. After all, he was only 11 votes shy of getting into the Hall of Fame in 2023. But for now, he's not in Cooperstown, and that's a crime and shame. But what do you think? Should Helton be in the Hall of Fame sooner more than later? Make sure to comment below and subscribe to Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Yours.
Thank you.
This is Emily Lazadovich with Sports Broadcast Solutions, the broadcasting network for everyone. Today we're here with Nate Marshall. Nate, obviously.
Yours, sir. Thank you.
This is Emily Lazadovich with Sports Broadcast Solutions, the broadcasting network for everyone. Today we're here with Nate Marshall. Nate, obviously today isn't quite the outcome that we wanted, but you guys really came back in the second half and fought defensively. 21 unanswered for them and shut them out in the second half. What was your defensive strategy taking on a powerhouse?
Contain our gaps, secondary, be sound. We came out in the first half not really doing our jobs, but in the second half we got it together, ended up shutting them out. Wasn't enough to pull out the victory, but did what we had to.
Now, in the pregame interview, we talked about how Coach Battaglia was saying how you guys really offensively are your own biggest opponent. Now, we saw that today. There were interceptions, turnovers. Carmel had fumble recoveries. Talk to me about the offensive thought process and kind of where the disconnect was today.
We just weren't doing our jobs, weren't working hard enough. Got to lock in next week in practice and get it right.
Now, next week, Notre Dame Prep. Not a super competitive team so far this year. Last time I checked, they were losing 35-0. What's the mentality after coming off of this game, going into playing a team like Notre Dame College Prep?
We come into every game the same, thinking the same thing. Every opponent is the same. They put on their pants the same way. We're coming in hot.
All right, absolutely. Good luck next week. Thank you so much, Nate. This has been Emily with the post-game interview for Sports Broadcast Solutions, the broadcast network for everyone.